was a zone defense, and Tom Brady knew it. His wide receivers on the outside flip-flop spots. The Eagles didn't adjust. He knew exactly what he had.
A minute to go now in the quarter from the 29-yard line. Fires, caught. Hogan backhands it and picks up a first down on the gain of 12 to the 17-yard line. Tackled there by Corey Graham.
Well, we have seen this Eagles defense all season long lead the league. Highest percentage of 3 and outs, and yet they are really struggling with this pace of Tom Brady.
No huddle again. Big hole again. The 11-yard line. We've had a lot of offense. I mean, we haven't even played a quarter. England has 149 yards, and New England, or Philadelphia has 149, and New England has 138.
And Tom Brady is like, do not get in arguments or fights out here on the field. These guys are tired. Let's wear them down. Get out of those altercations.
Don't let them rotate. 2nd and 4. Slipping through the middle, taking it to the 8, and that'll take us to the end of the quarter. James White is there.
Just know that you will never flop me. And I know that I gotta be a little cocky. You ain't never gonna stop me. Every time I come in and I gotta set it, then I gotta go, and then I gotta get it, then I gotta blow, and then I gotta shut it. Any little thing, and then I think that he be doing, because it doesn't matter, because I'm gonna dead it. Doritos Blaze, a bold new flavor that brings the heat.
Quiet! Hush your mouth. I told y'all mother, y'all can stop me now. Listen to me now. I'm lasting 20 rounds. And if you want me, then come on get me now. Since you with me now, then biggie bounce. I know you dig the way I switch my style.
New Mountain Dew Ice. A clear, refreshing lemon lime dew.
Yeah, just a typical Super Bowl car ad. Right?
Or a hilarious beer ad.
Or whatever ad this is.
Whatever.
But it's a Tide ad.
What? It's a Tide ad.
What makes it a Tide ad?
There are no stains. Look at those clean clothes. What else would this be an ad for? A razor? No. Tide ad.
Cold, refreshing.
Tide ad.
Meet the all-new.
No, it's a Tide ad. Tide.
So, does this make every Super Bowl ad a Tide ad? I think it does. Watch and see.
No, I won't back down.
Not many people know what they would die for.
No, I won't.
Daddy's gonna go make that bacon.
Down.
No!
You can stand
My family is trapped 240 floors in the air.
at the gates of hell.
This isn't going to end the way you want it to.
Back down.
Second quarter, Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle DeFoya. There are your stats. The update there with 289 yards of total offense. And each quarterback has thrown for over 100 yards already. Right now it is 3rd down and 2 as we begin the second frame. Brandon Bolden comes into the game, and now they move him into the backfield behind Brady. And the ball is handed off to Brandon Cooks, who tries to hurdle and can't. Tackled by McLeod. So Cooks, who came over in a trade with the Saints in the offseason on the end around, McLeod is right there.
Jet sweep's going to come right over here, and this is the first time I've ever seen a straddle into a tackle. He tries to jump and split, and he just does not get there. So once again, the Eagles defense makes a very unique stand this time inside the 10-yard line.
Edwin Moses or Ronaldo Nehemiah, that was not. Kostowski for a 26-yard field goal attempt, which is juggled, and then he hits the upright. Cardona was the snapper, so each team has missed a kick. Philadelphia an extra point, and New England missing a field goal attempt.
It's going to be bobbled inside somehow. Allen gets it back on the tee, and Gostkowski tried to slide back to the right, but caught the upright. And for Bill Belichick, what a disappointment. He was telling us he felt like that special teams were the strength of this team, and that one hurts.
Special teams coach Joe Judge doesn't see that very often. Peterson loves it, of course. And it's 9-3.
Boy, remember that tackle on a 3rd and 2 to set up that field goal, to set up that miss.
So now from the 20-yard line. Foles, who is 8 of 11 for 102 yards. He tosses it to Giant, trying to get around the corner, runs into his own man, and that's a tough 2 yards. And second down and 8.
One of about 3 really core defenses. You're going to see these 3 guys playing inside. So now you run off tackle, or you run outside, or you throw the football. And so the Philadelphia Eagles and Jay Ajayi. Now I thought one of the huge things that came out of this trade with Ajayi was the fact that it gave them that outside speed. Garrett Blount, we saw him run up the middle. He's a big, strong guy, but Ajayi's speed has really made a difference on this Eagles team.
Second down and 8 from the 22. Foles surveying, under pressure, look out, and he throws that one away. Seems like a million years ago. We were there opening night in Foxborough. Remember how it started? Everybody thought New England did so much during the offseason. They might have a perfect season. That ended in 3 hours.
Yeah, that was pretty short-lived there. But this is a defense for the New England Patriots that has made tremendous strides. Gave up 32 points a game the first 4 games of the season, 300-yard passers the first 6. And yet they pieced it all back together, and now the pressure's on to find some answers here tonight.
Started 2-2 and counting postseason. They won 13 of their last 14. Only a Monday night loss at Miami, the only blemish. Third down and 8. Foles backing up, backing away, escaping, keeps his eyes downfield, passes incomplete at the 30-yard line. Intended for Ertz. Philly crowd wants a flag and don't get one. 4th down.
Yeah, I think that Nick Foles had a chance here. Let's take a look. It's man coverage, so everybody's chasing everybody here. He escapes. Look out to the right. Probably would have run for the first down.
So the first 3 and out. Ronnie Jones, 14 years in the league. First time he's been in the Super Bowl. Clock is down to 2. Both punters in this game left-footed, and that's fair caught at the 37-yard line by Danny Amendola. Early in the second, Eagles by 6.
It's so small from back here, I can't really tell.
Look! It's the Bud Knight.
It's the Bud Knight. We're saved.
Yes.
Dilly dilly!
Time to do what must be done. I did it.
Hey, Bud Knight, aren't you gonna fight with us?
Oh, a buddy of mine is having this 30th birthday thing.
Oh, yeah, well, that's understandable.
Hey, if you survive, come by.
Probably won't happen, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? Watch this.
Wow, somebody likes attention.
Here's to the friends you can always count on. slap on some cologne.
I'm 85 and I wanna go home.
Just got a job as a lifeguard in Savannah.
I'm 85 and I wanna go home.
Dropping sick beats, they call me DJ Nana.
85 and I wanna go.
Don't get mad. Get E-Trade, kiddo.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it.
What the hell is he doing?
I find it best not to look.
We took legendary and made it liberating. We took safe and made it daring. We took intelligent and made it utterly irresistible. We took the most advanced E-Class ever and made the most exciting E-Class ever. The 2018 E-Class Coupe and Sedan from Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
This is us tonight on NBC.
The Eagle D, they're the first team since the 2002 Buccaneers to reach the Super Bowl after allowing fewer than 10 points per game in the playoffs. Those were the 2002 Buccaneers coached by John Gruden, who went to Tampa Bay that year and turned around and beat his old team, Oakland, in the Super Bowl in San Diego.
Then went back.
Yes, he did.
Good to have him back in the
heard he's
game.
back.
Yeah.
Deion Lewis is the running back. This drive starts from the 37-yard line. Brady stepping up. Deep downfield, wide open. Brandon Cooks. And he gets smacked down at the 40-yard line. Taking some shot there by Jenkins. So he was spinning around, and he is down after a 23-yard gain.
This route here coming back out. But as he came out and caught the ball, a little disoriented, turned around, looped back around, and never saw Malcolm Jenkins. And that definitely was a little helmet-to-helmet on that hit.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, Rob Gronkowski.
That's
coming off
Bradham.
the concussion.
Puts Brady on the ground.
And
never saw him coming. Injury timeout.
I'm going to start with some balayage clip-ins, then razor cut up to a blunt angled lob. I'm dead. I'm back. It's going to be everything.
What?
He's going to make your hair long, then cut it short to make it big.
Oh, okay.
What's the strongman?
It's a pea protein gluten-free pate.
It's a burrito filled with plants pretending to be meat.
Last night took an L, but tonight I bounce back.
What's an L?
The rap singer took a loss, and now he's okay again.
Right.
Living large.
Living with his mama.
Likes long walks.
Doesn't have a car.
Entrepreneur?
Unemployed.
Oh! Yeah, you can get a mortgage that avoids PMI, but there's no way to avoid MIP on an FHA. Now,
Hey. This'll help.
Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans makes the complex simple.
Right.
Understand the details and get approved in as few as 8 minutes.
There's also origination fees and escrow accounts.
This takes care of it. Thank you.
Rocket Mortgage, America's largest mortgage lender.
It's just a gray dot.
Well, we did it. We sealed the bad out and kept the good in. We have everything we ever wanted.
We have all these avocados from Mexico, but where are the chips?
The chips are outside.
The chips are outside!
Wait! Avocados taste great on lots of things. See?
Oh, Wi-Fi's down.
Avocados from Mexico.
Possible earthquake near the Statue of Liberty.
Looks like you should have left town a little bit earlier.
have walked him back into the locker room. If it looked like helmet to helmet, he was not a receiver at that point. He caught the ball and it turned into a runner, so he is no longer defenseless, but he never saw Jenkins.
Right, so it's a no foul. And on the other end, Brady took a shot, but not with the crown of the helmet, so no foul there either.
Yeah, Brady was bent over a little bit during the commercial break. First down and 10, but Tom, none the worse for wear, throws, almost picked there by Malcolm Jenkins, intended for James White. Second down and 10.
Boy, this was a bit of a surprise for me that Malcolm Jenkins is coming out and playing man-to-man on James White. Well, he caught 14 passes in the last Super Bowl. Maybe it shouldn't be a surprise. But I think most people anticipated that Jenkins was going to be on Gronkowski. But so far, that matchup is working in the Eagles' favor.
Meanwhile, McDaniels and company have to wonder about Cooks, the number 2 receiver. They have only 4 wideouts dressed for the game. He's one of them. And through the middle, nice gain there. Helmet flying. Dion Lewis picks up about 5. You take a look at Brady to Cooks. He was the deep threat. Picked him up in a trade with New Orleans, more than 20 yards downfield, 16 completions. Brady's most by one teammate in a season.
Yeah, the next closest, to give you some perspective, was Randy Moss in that unbelievable year he had. He did not match that number of Cooks.
Philip Dorsett will take his spot, Cooks' spot, number 13. Meanwhile, third down and 5 here. And now you got to flip back here to Damian McDowell, who throws, and it's Brady who can't haul it in. So Brady was free, looks over his shoulder, trickery and deceit, fourth down.
Has to be out of the shotgun or this play is not legal. It obviously is. Tom Brady is just going to hand off and then ignore. He's not doing anything, and there he goes. And immediately Chris Long knew he was in trouble. And Brady with the bad hand and no tape. You wonder if maybe that had a little something to do with why he didn't want that pad on that hand. They had that play in the back of their mind.
You do. So it's fourth down and 5. They'll go for it from the 35-yard line. And Brady down the sideline, and that's incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended receiver. Jalen Mills covering on the play, and Philadelphia will take over. 11:53 to the half, 9-3. Philly.
Diet Coke Twisted Mango, because that's why. Can't help it. Still going. Maybe slowing it down. Maybe it's getting sexier. I don't know. Mango does.
A road is a wonderful thing. It makes it easier for you to get from point A to point B. But ultimately, the road is someone else's idea. The road always ends. And this is where some of our best stories begin.
Hello again, ladies. Is your man the kind of man who would climb the height? I'm in a tight hat.
Nice pants.
Get off my horse.
Tight hat.
Stay tuned for music's biggest moment of the year, the Pepsi Super Bowl 52 halftime show, featuring global superstar Justin Timberlake.
What's really interesting here, Malcolm Butler, hero 3 years ago in the Super Bowl, has not played a defensive snap tonight. The Patriots are telling us a coach's decision. Of course, it was easier to get information out of East Germany before the wall went down than to get injury information from New England. But Butler has not played a defensive snap yet. Eric Rowe has taken his spot. Here's Ajayi. It's wrapped up 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. This was during America the Beautiful. Butler was very emotional on the sideline. Can't guess what this was about, but he's played on special teams tonight, but not on defense.
Well, it was a beautiful rendition, so you never know, right? But you have to think that maybe he was hurting a bit, and you just wonder when it was that he got the news, or maybe it was just a reaction to it, and maybe it wasn't any of the above.
Final year of his contract. Looked for a while as if he would be sent to the Saints in the offseason. Didn't happen. There's a jockey trying to break tackles, which he does with regularity, and turns nothing into a little something up at the 38-yard line. Devin McCourty makes the tackle. 3rd down and 7.
I'll tell you, this Jay Ajayi runs that lead draw about as well as anybody. They end up pulling Lane Johnson around, one of the most athletic guys, and blocking him in there. But so far, this 5-man line of the New England Patriots has been doing pretty well, at least in the last couple of series now, in shutting down that run.
Ajayi averaging 3 yards per tote. 3rd down and 7 now from the 38-yard line. Foles over the middle and wide open, and into Patriot territory goes Zach Ertz, the tight end. In a 19.
Yeah, I think Zach Ertz took a little page out of Gronk's book here. Going to go down the field, a little bit physical, and then make the break. A little bit of a contact, not enough for a flag. I think that was the proper call there, a little juke. I tell you, if there's one guy that could be an explosive element of this game, Zach Ertz.
His wife Julie, if you follow soccer, you know she's a key member of that U.S. women's team. From the 43-yard line. Foles keeps it and then didn't have a grip on it. It looked like Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver, will be 2nd down and 10.
You got to work to overthrow Alshon Jeffrey. Sometimes it's interesting. I wonder if it happened to Nick there that sometimes those running backs don't know if they're getting the ball or not, and they can tend to grab at it a little bit. Maybe it jostled it just a bit before that throw.
It looked like he didn't have a good grip on it, so it's 2nd down and 10. It looked like he didn't have a good grip on it, so it's 2nd down and 10. U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis on this Super Bowl Sunday night. 2nd down, 10 from the 43-yard line. Pressure coming, and that pass intended for Jeffrey at the 21-yard line. Great catch. Over the shoulder, along the sideline. Threw it over Stephon Gilmore. That's a gain of 22, 1st down.
Yeah, watch this late adjustment to the ball here. And Al, I'm a little surprised. Chung that time ended up being on Alshon Jeffrey, and we all anticipated that Stephon Gilmore was going to be the matchup. Gilmore all season long has taken the bigger of the receivers, and yet for whatever reason, they're not matching him against Jeffrey in this one. He already has 1 long touchdown, big play there.
2 touchdowns in the championship game against Minnesota. Blunt is in the backfield. Garrett Blunt swings to the outside, inside the 10. Blunt to the end zone. Behind a Selleck block. His 11th career postseason TD.
Most athletic center in football. Watch him get out in front of this play. Not only gets the initial cutoff, which you have to have on those outside zones, stays with it. 1 more push down the field. Gets a Landon Roberts out of the way, and there you go. For LeGarrette Blunt, how sweet is this payback? Now they're going to go for 2.
Right after missing the extra point, that makes the difference. Trying to make it 17-3 instead of 16. Eagles go for it a lot. 6 of 9 for 2-point conversions, both most attempts and conversions in the league. So from the 2-yard line, now they send 4 receivers out to the right side. Whole bunch there. Naturally, you go to the left, and it's Jeffrey, and he can't make the catch. That's Eric Rowe able to bust it up. 8:48 to go. First half. Now 15-3. Philadelphia.
That's how we do it on the farm.
Barbecue Pringles? Pizza Pringles.
You made barbecue pizza.
Wow.
Wow. Add a jalapeno.
Spicy barbecue pizza.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, you can stack different flavors? Nobody asked you, Kevin!
Stack flavors, make new ones.
I'm Dave, and my bleep don't stink.
Well, for a boy whose bleep don't stink, Dave turned out to be a very well-adjusted adult.
Good kid. Bleep don't stink.
Well, we first noticed it at his first birthday. Nothing.
I miss Dave.
My friend, her son's a lawyer, but my son, his bleep don't stink, so...
That's better than being a lawyer.
Huh. Mom, what is Febreze?
Hey, did you ever hear from Michelob Ultra? I got it. So I'm training for this big role. It's a Michelob Ultra commercial.
The spokesman. I am Captain Michelob.
I like beer. So sorry.
This is yours. And relax. You gotta be fit. You gotta love Michelob Ultra. It's not like anyone else could do this.
Name?
Pardon?
What is your name?
Chris Pratt?
Over there, bud. Thanks. Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl 52 on NBC is brought to you by the all-new Ram 1500, built to serve. By Budweiser, bring the Clydesdales to your party. Search #ClydesdaleCan. By Skyscraper, starring Dwayne Johnson, in theaters July 13th. And by Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling.
Some of the Super Bowl rings. Most NFL championships, quarterback head coach duo Brady and Belichick have won 5. You go back to Bart Starr and Vince Lombardi, and this includes the pre-Super Bowl era when they played for the NFL championship. They had 5. Elliott to kick off. Eagles up by a dozen, and Lewis will come in the end zone. You can visit NFLshop.com after the game for the largest selection of Super Bowl 52 championship gear at the official store of the NFL, NFLshop.com. Well, you recognize J-Lo and A-Rod taking in the action. Mike Trout, the great California Angel, huge Eagle fan, goes to all their games. There he is. You know you're a fan when you're standing up the whole game.
Love it.
From the 25-yard line, the back is Burkhead. Double fake, and then Burkhead makes the catch, and Rex Burkhead gets free. Has a block from Amendola out in front, but getting him from behind is Corey Graham. So they put Burkhead in the game, and right off the bat, he's good for 47.
A lot of pressure around Tom. Defense thought they were going to get number 12. He flips it out, and another big play down the field.
29, off play action. Brady under pressure, and the wobbly pass is incomplete. You know, it was Burkhead, as we take a look at the replay. It was Burkhead who makes the catch here. He was the guy that collided with Brady 17 days ago, which caused the massive cut. We asked Brady about that the other day. We said, what was your first thought? He said, my season is over.
And Burkhead probably thought his career was over.
Right. Second down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Danny Amendola, he'll get stuffed before he can get untracked. Making it third down and 8.
Yeah, they've worked this play a couple of times, and they've whistled it right past the ear hole of Vinnie Curry twice. He might end up intercepting one. You can see Brady didn't even have the laces. That is the second one he has barely missed. They are trying to slow down this pass rush. These hits are starting to pile up just a bit on Tom Brady.
Well, 5 wide initially. Now White comes into the backfield. 3rd and 8. Amendola comes into the backfield. And that pass goes nowhere. So a lot of action, a lot of movement. Nothing. 4th and 8.
I mean, these are screen passes that they can't get off. Chris Long comes flying around the end there, and for Josh McDaniels, he has to think, well, I knew these guys were going to be pretty good coming after my quarterback, but I didn't think it'd get to the point where we couldn't run a screen pass. There he was, making a play on the outside against James White, had to throw it away.
Now a 45-yard attempt. Gostkowski. This time the snap is good, hold is perfect, and the kick is likewise. Halfway through the second quarter, it's Philadelphia 15, New England 6 in Super Bowl 52.
You are an important person, a unique creature. There has never been anyone just like you, and never will be. The power to do anything you can imagine is within you when you discover your real self. Make it happen, make it happen, make it happen, make it.
If you want to be important, wonderful. If you want to be recognized, wonderful. If you want to be great, wonderful. But
mark of 13 and 3. Tom Brady going over things with McDaniels, and we go to Michelle.
Well, Brandon Cooks, the Patriots wide receiver who took that hard hit from Malcolm Jenkins, went back to the locker room. Al, he will not return. They are calling it a head injury. They haven't called it a concussion, just a head injury. Back in the locker room, will not return, Al.
So they're down to 3 wide receivers, Michelle. You know, Chris, we were talking about how New England's season started, but they rebounded. You look at Philadelphia's season. I mean, they were 7-9 last year. They started out a house on fire. They were number 1 in a lot of the power polls until they went to Los Angeles and lost Carson Wentz in December.
Yeah, and to be fair, we saw a couple of good games out of Nick Foles, and then at the end of the season, 2 very poor games. And then it was Doug Peterson and Frank Reich, both of whom had been backup quarterbacks for extended periods of their careers, going back, having that extra week, and taking a good long look at what it was that Nick Foles did in 2013 with Chip Kelly that was so successful. They incorporated some of that, and then by the time the playoffs started, he was rolling.
So Frank Reich authored 2 of the greatest comebacks in football history, one in college in Maryland, and of course one with the Buffalo Bills against the then Houston Oilers.
A little surprised he didn't get some action in the head coaching derby.
Sooner or later. Gostkowski's kick taking 2 yards into the end zone. So let's look at the quarterbacks to this point in the game. 143 yards off the hand of Foles and 191 already for Tom Brady.
You know what's the most bizarre stat not shown there? Maybe the biggest play, 1 drop by Tom Brady.
By Brady.
Go figure.
And the pass from Amendola. Brian Hoyer, his backup quarterback, going over the tablet with him. So here is Foles. Almost quit after he was released by the Rams. Went on a camping trip with his brother-in-law and said when he was going to come back, there was only one guy he was going to play for, Andy Reid. And Reid brought him to Kansas City last year and backed up Alex Smith. From the 25-yard line. And you got movement. Hurts. Second time for him.
Offense number 86, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, he took him from the 2-yard line to the 7-yard line on the other false start.
Yeah, and that one took probably 4 points off the board there with that one. But believe me, Zach Ertz and these inside receivers, I keep thinking this is going to be an inside game throwing the ball. The other one, Nelson Aguilar, inside as well.
and 15. Clement picks up one. Clement getting an opportunity to play a lot this season when they lost Darren Sproles to a season-ending injury in week 3. Undrafted rookie out of Wisconsin. He's done a great job.
Well, I don't know how many times we've done this with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but James Harrison, you want somebody to set the edge on your defense, and of course that's the very fundamental part of Bill Belichick's defenses. Who better than that guy? He is a hammer. See him lift weights sometimes.
2nd and 14. Harrison, 39 years old, and says he's still playing next year. Foles gets it away. Caught. It's Torrey Smith. Spins his way up to the 31-yard line. Tackle there by Gilmore. It makes it 3rd down and 3.
I love what Nick Foles is doing. Sees the blitz, throw it right behind it. If you see the blitz coming, just throw it right over his head. There he is. Nice pickup. Nick Foles is seeing the field.
3rd down call is 4. 6 minutes to go in the opening half. Ajayi on an inside handoff. Look at him go. Jay Ajayi to the 40-yard line. Knee goes down there. From the 44 on 1st down. Foles going deep down the sideline. And it is juggled and intercepted by Harmon at the 3-yard line. Jeffrey couldn't handle it. And New England gets the takeaway on a deflection into the arms of Harmon. First turnover of the game. He couldn't one-hand it. New England.
You are an important person, a unique creature. There has never been anyone just like you, and never will be. The power to do anything you can imagine is within you when you discover your real self. Make it happen, make it happen, make it happen, make it.
If you want to be important, wonderful. If you want to be recognized, wonderful. If you want to be great, wonderful. But recognize that he who is greatest among you shall be your servant. That's a new definition of greatness. By giving that definition of greatness, it means that everybody can be great. You don't have to know about Plato and Aristotle to serve. You don't have to know the theory of relativity to serve. You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics in physics to serve. You only need a heart full of grace. Soul generated by love. Generated by love.
Two college roommates from South Carolina going at it on that last play. Stephon Gilmore finally got his shot against Alshon Jeffrey. Good coverage, but Jeffrey really is the one that's going to flip it back to the middle of the field to Deron Harmon, who led this team with 4 interceptions. Career high for him, but watch the tail end of this. He's got it maybe, and then just flips it back to the middle of the field, and Harmon said, "Thank you very much." Exactly what the Patriots needed.
They start this drive from their own 10-yard line. Lewis is the running back. And definitely the fullback, and he gets crunched after a gain of 4 by Kendricks, and we go to Michelle.
Well, I spoke with both Alshon Jeffrey and Stephon Gilmore before the game. You know, Jeffrey was Gilmore's a groomsman in his wedding. They each talked about the fun they had in college competing. But this is their first meeting as pros, and Jeffrey told me their battle tonight would be a good one, but he said it's been a long time since college, and I'm pretty sure he got better just like I got better, Al.
No question, Jeffrey already off to a good start. for the touchdown and 3 catches for 73. Second down now and 6 from the 14-yard line. Brady over the middle, and that's dropped at the 19-yard line. Incomplete. Gronkowski could not handle it. Gronkowski's caught 1 tonight for 9 yards. That's it.
Yeah, this has been a little bit of an unusual game, and I think that right now the Patriots have to reconsider a little bit what they're doing. Gronkowski needs more, and I think these backs need a little more action coming out of the backfield. James White's going to come out wide, but once again, Malcolm Jenkins on him. Maybe not quite the matchup that Brady liked with Jenkins.
3rd and 6. Fired. That's incomplete. Flag comes in, though. Chris Hogan with Jalen Mills on the coverage. First flag on a pass play.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 31. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Here's the matchup right inside there, going across. Let's take a look and see if Mills hooks that hip and turns him. That's what they're going to call, I believe.
There's the hold.
Yeah, well, that's a chokehold, wasn't it?
It was. That's a first down after a 3rd and 6. Now scooting up to the 25-yard line goes Dion Lewis. He was their leading rusher this year with 896 yards. 2nd and 5.
Well, we've talked about him before, but Fletcher Cox, just one of the real stars in the National Football League. And the thing, Al, that I appreciate more than anything about him, he's not just a pass rusher. That guy has a way of finding the ball carrier, devastating initial punch, and then finds the ball carrier.
To the outside, picking up the first down. Up to the 32 goes Dion Lewis. Definitely with the block. Yeah, there's a reason why Cox is the highest paid guy on the team. You don't see that very often for an interior defensive lineman.
Yeah, we've got a few good ones around the league. Aaron Donald named the Defensive Player of the Year, right? And this guy is pretty much right there behind him. We haven't seen a ton from Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham is the leading sacker on this team and a guy that gets a lot of pressure as well. This defensive line now, these are some of the moments they need to win the battle.
Graham had 9 sacks during the regular season, but there he was on the sideline. First down now. Play clock at 1. Brady with good protection throws into traffic, and that's incomplete. Well covered. Rodney McLeod on Gronkowski to make it 2nd down and 10.
Interesting. That was sort of a bang play right at the top end of that route. Let's watch McLeod come down. I think they're going to say he's going for the ball. There have been a few like that. It is always so difficult. They are not going to give you the benefit of the doubt, not in the Super Bowl.
White is the back on 2nd and 10. He stays in the block. Brady going deep down the right sideline for Hogan, who hauls it in at the 25-yard line. Got past Jalen Mills. Another big play for Hogan.
Anytime the Patriots want to go down the field, they're going to chip with these guys on the outside to buy Brady a little more time. And I've been waiting for this one to happen because the New England Patriots knew that Jalen Mills has given up a lot of these double moves on the season. A little hesitate and go, and now the Patriots have a great long drive going.
Gain of 43. Hogan's already caught 3 for 83. Brady's thrown for 234 to this point. Big hole left side. James White inside the 10, takes it to the end zone. Touchdown Patriots. 26 yards, 90-yard drive, kept alive by a holding penalty. And in they go in 7 plays.
Really nice job. Anytime you get big runs, you need plays on the backside. Watch Shaq Mason here go get the linebacker. Watch Cameron Fleming with the cutoff block on Jernigan. And that is going to allow James White to get in the open field. And that guy just keeps doing it. Super Bowls, holy smokes.
That's 7 touchdowns for White in his last 4 postseason games. Extra point is no good. Go figure. We've got 2 missed extra points and a field goal. And with 2:04, it's 15-12. Once again, go back to the snap. Good. Hold looked pretty good.
Looked like there was a little bobble on the tail end of that hold and maybe just a half a, oh boy. You know, and when something goes wrong early, kind of gets in your head a little bit, and now you have to wonder, should this thing come down? See that little readjust right in the last second? But now you start to think, boy, this looks like it's going to be one of those back and forth close games that the Patriots always seem to play. Well, now we're confident they are kicking those field goals now.
4 seconds from the 2-minute warning. 15-12. Clement and Barner. This time it is Barner. Barner with a nice run back, and then he gets popped by Gostkowski. Kicker knocks him down. 2-minute warning. Eagles by 3.
That's not a knife. That's a knife. That's me.
Really? Whatever. You all right there, mate?
Just getting a clean shave with my machete.
See you next week, Barry.
Not a lot of crocs out here, huh?
It's just 37,000 miles of pristine beach, mate. Did you know that Australia makes some of the finest wines in the entire world?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Wait, hold up. This isn't a movie.
No.
It's a tourism ad for Australia.
Yes. But listen, you're the best Crocodile Dundee since Crocodile Dundee.
Really?
Yes, really. And we had the best trip ever, didn't we?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Hey, you know, there are some great flight deals to Australia right now.
Dude, I get it. It's not a movie, it's a commercial.
Oh dear, the very thought of some things. It's a wonder we sleep at all.
But we confront this monster of our own making and do our taxes with TurboTax. Just answer some simple questions like, are you single? Indeed I am. Did you move? No. Still here, under Michelle's bed.
Oh, see, nothing to be afraid of.
Intuit TurboTax.
Time out. Hey, you. Wearing guacamole. Here's a tip for that dip. Persil Pro Clean.
What is going on?
It's exceptional premium clean tackles your game day stains. Boom.
Oh. Thanks, TV dude.
Don't thank me. Thank Persil.
What were in those brownies?
Persil. Experience premium clean. What is that? Chili on your shirt?
Call of Duty World War II resistance season is upon us. Our old lives are no more.
We hide in plain sight, but we operate in secret.
Can I get a name, please? Double classified. Shadows protect us. You must never let me.
What are you doing with the lights off? Planning a surprise party for
Janet.
Janet. There better be cake.
Is your squad ready to live the spirit of the resistance?
Play Matt Packs 30 days early.
PlayStation.
So is this ball on sale?
Stay tuned for music's biggest moment of the year, the Pepsi Super Bowl 52 halftime show, featuring Justin Timberlake, coming your way at halftime. Downtown Minneapolis, this building on the old footprint of the Metrodome. Tore that down. They played for 2 years over at the University of Minnesota Stadium. Architectural marvel built in the shape and image of a Viking ship, home of the Vikings.
Doug Peterson is getting ready to unleash right here.
And Foles, flip swung, that's caught by Hurts. He gets run out of bounds after he gains 7 yards by Jordan Richards, 2nd down and 3.
We've seen the Patriots play from behind a lot, right? They did against Jacksonville in the championship game. Of course, the Super Bowl last year, and I think everybody in the National Football League, especially Doug Peterson, has been watching, and they know they have to play this one all the way out like they're either tied or behind, and they will be firing here.
2nd down and 3. Folds to this side. Pulled in 47-yard line, but incomplete. Didn't get to the ground with it. Torrey Smith couldn't complete the process. Eric Rowe with the coverage. Makes it 3rd down and 3.
That's why you keep playing. Watch Rowe here. Just keep fighting and keep fighting as he's going to the ground. The ball comes out. It's a good call. At least under the old rules. We'll see what the new rules are going to be.
Who knows?
That's a big drop, though. It should have been a 1st down.
Yeah, they don't want to give New England the ball back and have them go down the field. New England's going to get the second half kickoff as well. 3rd and 3. And that is floated and caught down the sideline by Clement. Corey Clement breaks the tackle inside the 20. Makes it 1st down and goal. A little floater. Perfect touch. Corey Clement for 55 yards.
Jordan Richards, overly aggressive, gets hit with the swing route right there. They're going to try and pick inside. Didn't have to, but you could tell that Richards felt like with that possible pick coming, he had to loop underneath, and that's what created the opening out there for Clement.
Harmon could not make the tackle. He got stiff-armed. Ball is at the 9-yard line. Look at that. Over 600 total yards in the game. Under a minute. Through the middle. Still on his feet. Clement. Boy, he's the 3rd down back, but he's been a bull here at 2nd down and goal. And Brady with Belichick. Timeout is taken here.
You know, this is a stuff. This is a stuff. They should have had this for about a 2-yard game, but Clement just kept driving, and he is really making a statement so far in this game. He got a lot of practice time this week because of the ankle injury to Jay Ajayi, and he's been sensational. He really has come on here at the end of the season.
The timeout was taken by New England, trying to conserve some time if they can get the ball back and limit it maybe to a field goal. 2nd down and goal.
Well, you know what the Patriots love, those double ups, right? Get the ball at the end of the half and then be able to take advantage. And certainly they hurt Jacksonville with that score at the end of the half in the championship game. Now they've got the full house backfield going, but I bet they shift.
Check this out, at least for the moment. A lot of shifting.
Yeah, but Aguilar is still in the backfield.
Clement playing the role of fullback. He's going to get to the 1-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and goal, and another timeout is taken here by New England. So the halftime report coming up. Guys break down the first half. Tell you what each team needs to do in the second half. Coming up at the half. In addition, of course, to Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, I was going to say, as much as everybody wants to hear what they have to say, they might be hanging around for Justin Timberlake. And what you're going to do at halftime.
No, there's no
the
booty.
Challenge, hashtag Al Michaels.
I can see.
Shake your booties? No, not going for it?
Justin's killing me, I'm telling you. Doesn't go with spinal stenosis.
Big moment right here.
3rd down and goal from the 1. 5 receivers.
And coverage. Watch the picks.
Into the outside, and Jeffrey gets taken down in the end zone by Gilmore, and no flag. So 4th and goal.
Let's take a look right there. Just one-on-one on the outside. I don't think there's enough action there. I thought that's a good call. Looked a little bit more like Jeffrey was just falling back for the ball. Peterson wanted a call and did not get it. Are they really going to go for this?
Well, they're lining up to go for it anyway. From the 1-yard line with 38 seconds.
Whoa, baby.
He's a gambler.
And they're good at 2-point conversions. They probably have a play they really like.
Philadelphia, 30-second timeout.
Taking a look at how the Patriots were lining up 17 fourth-down conversions. That's the most by any team in almost a decade, 1 for 1 in the 2 playoff games. Doug Peterson, what a job he has done. Long-time backup. Dan Marino was in front of him in Miami, and then for many years Brett Favre on Andy Reid's staff when he got into coaching in the NFL. A decade ago, he's high school in Louisiana.
This is an unbelievable call. This is like going for the onside kick against Peyton Manning, because you don't want him to get the ball too many times. You don't think you can hold him out. And here we go. This could decide the game.
4th and goal. And they're going to snap it, and it's Trey Burton who throws, caught. Foles, touchdown. How do you figure? They go to the very, very, very back of the playbook for the touchdown.
Trey Burton, a college quarterback, and watch all the action. Foles is going to sneak over here, direct snap, everybody comes up, and here we go. What a play call by Doug Peterson. This play call has a chance to be remembered as one of the all-time greats, just going for it and to complete the pass that the Patriots could not.
Wow. To Burton, to Foles, Elliott for the extra point.
Wow.
34 seconds.
What a call.
That's Deuce Staley, longtime running back coach.
Here we go. They've got all these signals. Shotgun, he would not have been eligible but for the fact he was in the shotgun, not under center. And there's the old basketball player. They talk about Nick Foles. He's more comfortable playing quarterback like a point guard, and here he is receiving the pass that is going to be shown 1 billion times.
There's Mike Trout of the California Angels, the LA Angels of Anaheim. You know, Chris, we started out by talking about, as you look at Patricia on the other side, about Doug Peterson. He's going to be aggressive. That's as aggressive as you could possibly be. You go for it on 4th down with the all-time trick play.
One of the all-time gutsy calls right there. You don't make that, give it back to Brady right there. That would second guess forever. What a call.
Down in the end zone here. So the Patriots are going to get it with 34 seconds, trying to at least to get into field goal range. 1 timeout. So the pass to Brady did not work. The pass to Foles did.
We saw it. They had their own trick play, set it up perfectly, had Brady wide open. Could not make the play. And on the other end, much younger, Nick Foles did. Breathtaking. That's breathtaking. In a Super Bowl, that's a breathtaking call.
323 yards in the first half for Philadelphia. So Brady with a little time to try to get him down the field. Protection is outstanding. Deep down the field into double coverage and incomplete. Intended for Danny Amendola. You had Mills back there with Corey Graham. That took 7 seconds off the clock, 2nd down.
Anytime, if you're going to take away Gronkowski, you have to take away this seam route. Look at all the action out here, and I think it's making Brady crazy. This is their go-to play when you're talking about Gronkowski, and yet they have been right underneath it all night long. It's a good play there by Amendola just to break up the interception.
Brady hitting only 50%, 10 to 20, but for 234. And he fires, and that's going to be hauled in at the 45-yard line. Philip Dorsett makes his first catch, and New England will take its final timeout with 20 seconds.
Well, you have to remember now what the loss of Brandon Cooks is going to mean to this team. Nick Foles over there enjoying that little play. But you've got Brandon Cooks, who was the best deep threat, had the most yards of any deep threat in the National Football League over the last 2 years. and they made the deal to bring in Philip Dorsett to this team. He's a very similar player, but doesn't have anywhere close to the skill set or the experience that Brandon Cooks has.
They'll have to play the whole second half. The rest of the game without Cooks. He's gone. They played the entire second half against Jacksonville 2 weeks ago without Gronkowski and still pulled it out. First down. Brady under pressure, gets jostled. Now he's going to take off. Can't get to the sideline. Tackled there by Brandon Graham. Michigan against Michigan. They got to race up to the line and maybe spike it and then throw a Hail Mary, because the clock is now down to 5, 4, and he just spikes it there. Too far, of course, for a field goal. One last probable Hail Mary with 3 seconds.
Yeah, unfortunately, they had Chris Hogan all the way down the field there, and he had to hustle all the way back. And being short at wide receiver, maybe they didn't have the natural substitution pattern that they might have had to leave a little more time on that clock. I tell you, we've seen all the trick plays coming out here. I don't know what we're going to get here, but we'll see.
Remember, a defensive foul would extend the half.
Yeah, and Doug Peterson wanted to talk about it. He knew something strange was coming. Boy, what a first half.
Yeah,
this
it's
has
been
been.
crazy.
Fantastic.
It's been very entertaining.
Just fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, all of the talk before the game and everybody's, yakking away and the stories and all of that. Who could have predicted this?
We have seen the underdog Philadelphia Eagles all season long. That little chip on their shoulder, wearing the dog mask. They have worn that well. Patriots came in. They were awfully confident about this game. But it has been the big plays that have really eluded the Patriots just a bit, and Eagles have made them, and that's been the difference.
Well, they've relished that underdog role. They were the 1 seed, and they were an underdog to the 6 Atlanta in the divisional playoff. Half ends here, barring a defensive foul. And New England will get the ball to start the second half. Send it out here to Danny Amendola. And that will take us to halftime. 276 passing yards for Brady in the half, 215 for Foles. The Philadelphia Eagles trying to win for the first time ever, trying to win the big game for the first time ever. Belichick back to the locker room to begin to make his adjustments, which he makes all game long.
And he's pretty good at halftime, too.
I'll say.
28-3 last time around. They came back and won. 10-point deficit, nothing.
Let's go to Michelle.
All right, with Coach Doug Peterson, 4th and goal from the 1. You call a play that results in a touchdown pass to Foles. What inspired the decision to go for it with that call?
Well, we had just gone all the way down the field, and I wasn't going to stop. We had just gone all the way down the field, and I wasn't going to stop. I wasn't going to let our offense be stopped on the 1-yard line. It's a play we've been working the last couple of weeks, and our guys executed brilliantly.
No lead is safe against Tom Brady. What's your message to your team at halftime?
We got 30 minutes of football. We got to refuel, we got to recharge, and we got to play for another 30 minutes. They're too good on that side of the field. And message is we got to play for another 30 minutes.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Al?
All right, Michelle. Well, Sean McVay won the honor, but Doug Peterson, I'm sure, came close in the Coach of the Year balloting. Music's biggest moment of the year, Super Bowl 52. Halftime featuring Justin Timberlake. But next, Toyota Halftime Report with Dan, Tony, Rodney, and John Harbaugh.
You know, like patty cake, or like tetherball. Pretty good tetherball. I think maybe like I'm tossing a pizza, you know.
Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Report. Toyota, proud partner of Team USA.
What a great time for your first career reception. Nick Foles and the Eagles leading the Patriots 22-12 at halftime. Foles has thrown for 215 yards if you're into numerology, 215 being the Philadelphia area code. We welcome you inside. Justin Timberlake coming up, Dan Patrick, Tony Dungy, Rodney Harrison, and the Ravens head coach John Harbaugh. We talked about Foles. You spent time with the Eagles, and you said Doug Peterson was not going to baby him. He was going to let him go.
And he did let him go. John Harbaugh said in the pregame he was going to have to throw from the pocket, and he did. He made plays, but his coach had faith in him and dialed those plays up.
Coach, I'm looking at the Eagles defense, and they're just all over Tom Brady. And one thing I know about Tom, as great as he is, once he gets hit, he turns into an average quarterback.
Both these teams have to keep going with this pressure because it doesn't seem like anybody can cover anybody out there. Receivers are open all over the field.
And Doug Peterson told me in Philadelphia last week he was not kicking field goals. He was going for it on fourth down. This was a big call.
The Patriots made some moves here. Did they make enough? They got 350 yards of offense.
We saw this screen pass against Tennessee in the pregame show. It's just a Burkhead this time. Huge play in the screen pass to slow down the rush.
Belichick, his adjustment was run the football, slow down that pass rush, and keep those guys honest. I think they come back in the second half and continue to run.
As John said, there were guys open for New England. They have to figure out a way to slow that pass rush down.
Both teams combining for almost 600, almost 700 yards of offense in the first half. Brandon Cooks out for the second half with a head injury. Justin Timberlake is coming up. More on the game as well. But first, Toyota reminds us, when we're all one team, we can't lose.
That is a great question. I gotta go. Long story short, you're probably fine. Sorry, man.
No worries, we're not late.
Let's go. Where am I going? What's going on?
Seatbelt?
Oh, funny.
Go, 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 go. Whoa!
Seriously? Can I change the music?
No.
There he is.
Nice shoes.
Yeah, those are cool. Let's do this.
Come on.
See what happens when you're late?
I'm already down.
It actually wasn't my fault.
Oh,
He couldn't get it.
come on, I was not that late.
Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta get away. Better know that I don't and I won't ever stop. Cause you know I gotta win every day. See, they really wanna pop me. Just know that you will never flop me. And I know that I gotta be a little cocky. You ain't never gonna stop me. Every time I come in and I gotta set it, then I gotta go and then I gotta get it, then I gotta blow and then I gotta shut it. Any little thing and then I can get it be doing cause it doesn't matter cause I'm gonna did it.
Doritos Blaze, a bold new flavor that brings the heat.
hush your mouth. I told y'all mother, y'all can't stop me now. Listen to me now. I'm lasting 20 rounds. And if you want me, then come on get me now. Is you with me now? Then biggie bounce. I know you dig the way I switch my style.
New Mountain Dew Ice. A clear, refreshing lemon lime dew.
Patriots get the ball to start the second half. They trail by 10. Nick Foles caught his pass. Tom Brady did not.
Yes, who would have thought the difference would be Nick Foles outplaying Tom Brady as a receiver?
Second half coming up, but first, we've been waiting. Justin Timberlake walking into the building. Enjoy halftime.
This has been the Toyota Halftime Report. Toyota, proud partner of Team USA.
This is the Pepsi that your father drank. And his father drank before he met your grandmother. This is the Pepsi for this model. And his mom. Hi, Cindy. Oh, hi, Brittany. Have you met Uncle Drew? This is the Pepsi that's back from the future. And back for one last ride. This is the first Pepsi on the moon. What? No. Fine. This is the Pepsi for moonwalkers. This is the Pepsi for every generation.
And this is the Pepsi that brings you the Pepsi Super Bowl halftime show. Go get him, Justin!
The National Football League welcomes you to the Pepsi Super Bowl 52 halftime show.
Come on! If you know what's good. Say it's fake. So haters gonna say it's fake. So what you gonna no question, I'm going to everybody's going to good friends, my friends, and baby, let's go! But I don't mind. Just wanna rock you, girl. I'll have whatever you have. Come on, let's get it up, girl. I've been watching you. I like the way you move. So go ahead, girl. That ass shaking thing, you sing it some sail to the right, don't be so quick. Come on now, I wanna rock your body. Please stay. You don't have to admit you're okay. Come on, dance with me. Go. Now all my ladies say, no disrespect, I don't need no heart. I can't wait to in my heart. Hurry up, go baby. Hold up, stop. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the Tennessee Kids, and it goes like like that. It's too good. Hey. I'm bringing sexy back. The them other boys don't know how to act. I think it's special what's behind your back. So turn around and I'll pick up the slack. Dirty babe, you see these shackles, baby, I'm your slave. I'll let you with me if I misbehave. It's just that no one makes me feel this way. Let me hear you sing the chorus, come on,
I wanna all drop the ball with the process. Oh, I can't lose. I got juice, and they know I do, y'all. I can't lose. I got juice, and they know I do. You come through with your posse, we get nasty. Cause I got the sauce, yeah. Oh, I can't lose. I got juice, and they know I do, y'all. I never seen you notice. I pulled up in that notice. Again, girl, how you doing? Campaign, worry about damn thing. What the dumb dancing? Got the girls dancing. She shake it, make it jiggle, make it pop. You drop the ball, blowing money non-stop. Work, 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 that's a lot, yeah. You deserve something new off the law, yeah. Oh, can't lose. I got juice, and they know I do, yeah. I can't lose. I got juice, and they know I do. You come through with your posse, getting nasty. Cause I got the sauce, yeah, ho. I can't lose. I got juice, and they know I do, yo. Can't lose. I got juice, and they know I do, yo. Can't lose. I got juice, and they know I do. You come through with your posse, getting nasty. Cause I got the sauce, yeah, ho. I can't lose. I got juice, and they know I do. Yo. And they know I do, you come through with your posse, we get nasty. Cause I got the sauce, yeah, ho. I can't lose, I got juice, and they know I do. Yo. This is your boy Chris Wu from China. Super Bowl, thanks for having me. Minnesota, I love y'all. All right, you know what? I'm here for the Vikings. You know what? Come on. Yeah. I got all this money, so I know you won't expect this. Burning on the Lotto, but I know that you interested. I just made a call, you and your girls is on the. Maybe it's the liquor, but I swear I wanna. All that money on you, girl, I promise that's impressive. But still I'm blessed. Baby, you a star and all these other girls is extras. I've been on the block, I'm trying to build with you like Tetris. Oh, listen, I ain't tripping, you won't catch you sipping. Yo, racks on me, spinning all your ice, get a tipping. Facts on the ice, spinning fish and say it with conviction. You a bitch and I be checking, boy, you don't know what you're missing. Girl, you know that you a freak. Oh, shawty, you belong with me. You in your zone. Maybe we can take it home. Oh, girl, you know that you a freak. Oh, shawty, you belong with me. You ain't gotta sleep alone. Oh, baby, you deserve a song. Open up that window. Open up that window. Listen, I ain't tripping, you won't catch me tipping. Yo, bags on me, spinning all your ice, gonna tip it. Yo, bags on the ice, spinning fish and say with conviction. Oh, you a bitch and I be checking, but you don't know what you're missing. Girl, you know that you a freak. Oh, shawty, you belong with me. Get you in your zone. Maybe we can take it home. Girl, you know that you a freak. Sleep alone. deserve a song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Girl, you know that you a freak. Girl, you know that you a freak. Shawty, you belong with me. Shawty, you belong with me. Let me get you in your zone. Let me get you in your zone. Maybe we can take it home. 1, 2, 3, oh. Girl, you know that you a freak. Oh, shawty, you belong with me. You ain't gotta sleep alone. Baby, you deserve a song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out to my DJ Wiz. Yeah, yeah. Once again, thanks for having me. I know y'all cold, but this was amazing. Thank you so much for supporting me.
1, 2. Minneapolis! Make some noise for Chris Wu! Make some noise for Chris Wu! All right. So, they love you out there, man. They are loving you.
I don't wanna lose you now. They can see the sun in my heart. There's a space and let it go. Show me how to play now. And I tell you, baby, it was easy coming back into you once I figured it out. Somebody sing to me, it's like you're my mirror. My mirror staring back at me. I couldn't get any bigger with anyone else beside me. Yeah. Now it's clear as this promise. Never made to perfection into one. Hey, my mirror staring back at me, staring back at me. Stop. This feeling inside my bones, it goes electric, baby, when I turn it on. All through my city, all through my home, flying up no ceiling when we in my zone. Cause I sunshine in my pocket, I got that good soul in my feet, feel that hot blood in my body when it's dropping. I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. More like the way we rock it, so don't stop, stop. Under the lights, when everything goes, nowhere to hide when you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Let me hear you, Minneapolis. Can see what you when you dance, dance, dance. So just dance. All the things I should do for you. No, no, no. Ain't nobody leaving so sweet. Put your hands up. Got this feeling in my body. Come on. Got this feeling in my body. Come on. Got this feeling in your body. Hey, hey. Got this feeling in my body. Come on. Thank you. Thank you, Minneapolis. Super Bowl selfies.
The National Football League thanks you for watching the Pepsi Super Bowl 52 halftime show.
Thank you for watching this presentation of NFL Network.
While we watch tonight, let's remember the first responders who keep us safe every day. Join me, Justin Timberlake, and Verizon in thanking first responders at allourthanks.com.
United, there is little we cannot do to assure the survival of liberty.
Jack Ryan.
There must be some kind of way out of here.
It will not be easy.
Send the Joker to the thief.
We will face challenges.
And even in the toughest times, we lift our eyes to the broad horizon ahead.
Let's not forget that freedom is more powerful than fear.
The future doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave.
Quincy Fire Department, Lieutenant Ray speaking.
My name is Cedrica. About 4 years ago, a fire broke out in my apartment building, and you were the first responder who was able to pull me up out of it.
Oh my God, you kind of caught me off guard here.
Deputy Joseph speaking.
Hi, I don't know if you remember me, but my kids remember you.
You guys did an incredible job. I was surrounded by angels.
It's definitely an honor to hear your voice.
Deep in my heart, I love you guys for what you did. I could see it in your face, like, he is not giving up for me. He's not giving up for me. And I appreciate that.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Welcome back to another tight end.
Point Asa Yeriboyna, the winner of this year's NFL Play 60 Super Bowl contest presented by Danimals, brought up the game ball tonight. NFL Play 60 is the league's program, encouraging kids to be active for 60 minutes a day. Patriots trailed by 18 in last year's Super Bowl. They trailed by 10. This is the first game in NFL history to go to halftime with a score 22-12. New England gets the ball to start the second half. Enjoy.
Ain't nothing like sitting on a country porch with some Labrador puppies and a Clydesdale horse and a country breeze.
And me, Adam Levine, with awesome hair, on a motorcycle with a wallet chain, sipping on Grandma's lemonade.
Country porch with some Labrador puppies and a Clydesdale horse and a country breeze.
And me, Adam Levine, with awesome hair, on a motorcycle with a wallet chain, sipping on Grandma's lemonade. And me, Adam Levine, with awesome hair. And me, Adam Levine, with awesome hair, on a motorcycle with a wallet chain, sipping on Grandma's lemonade. And me, Adam Levine, with awesome hair.
It's your thumb war game. And 1, 2, 3, 4, I declare a thumb war. Like each time you score, whoever won that one, it's like a round robin maybe. Thumb war? That'd be awesome.
Tonight's first half highlights are brought to you by the Amazon Fire TV with Alexa.
Going for it all into the end zone, and it is caught. Alshon Jeffrey for the touchdown. Great catch over the shoulder.
Big play there.
Swings to the outside, Blunt to the end zone.
For LeGarrette Blunt, how sweet is this payback?
Big hole left side, James White. Inside the 10, takes it to the end zone. Trey Burton, who throws, caught. Foles, touchdown.
Wow.
About as entertaining a first half as you can possibly see. 22-12, Philadelphia on top at the break. First Super Bowl, both teams each gained 300 or more yards in the first half. Foles and Brady, first Super Bowl, each quarterback passing for 200 or more in the first half. Foles, the first ever in 52 Super Bowls, first ever quarterback to catch a touchdown pass. 9 different players with a rush or a catch of 20-plus yards. Plenty of offense, 673 yards worth of offense against one team that was number 4 in defensive scoring and the other team number 5.
We're just warming up, Al.
Here we go. Second half in Minneapolis underway, and New England will take a knee there. Dion Lewis, we go to Michelle.
Well, I got a chance to speak with Bill Belichick, and I asked him why he did not start Malcolm Butler and why Butler's not playing on defense. And he said, I made the decisions that give us the best chance to win. And as far as trying to stop their run, he said, we got to do better in all phases now.
All right. A little bit more of semantic samba there, right, from Bill? What else is new?
That was about what we expected.
Of course. Thank you, Michelle. From the 25-yard line. Brady begins this drive. Tom, 12 of 23. Play action. Fires and errant. Intended for Gronkowski. Can't connect with him.
Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski, 25 throws out of 25. They're going to hit that. And we have seen tonight Tom Brady miss some of these throws. I don't know if his hand's an issue, but he has missed some throws tonight.
Playing without that tape tonight. White is the back. Again, Cook's out of the game. Head injury. Lost in the first half. Brady stepping up. Avoids the pressure. Throws, and this time it is caught by Gronkowski. He gets free. First down, Graham with the tackle, 25 yards.
Let's take a look at Rob Gronkowski in the first half. He's had plenty of opportunities and just not been able to come up with some of those trademark big plays. That last one thrown a bit behind. That was a back shoulder. But it has been this Eagles defense that has continued to make big plays.
Take the inside handoff. Brady throws, and that's Gronkowski. So back to him after that one catch in the first half. He scored 2 in a row. Graham makes the tackle, and that's good for 24.
If at first you don't succeed, it's the exact same play. Exact same play. And if you think they're going to call Gronkowski on that little nudge, forget about it.
325 passing yards now for Brady. White slicing through over the left side to the 23-yard line.
You know, it's so interesting. Doug Peterson probably looked at the scoreboard. See, it looks like everybody's okay getting up. probably looked at the scoreboard when he made that decision to go for it on 4th and 1 down there and said, with the way these guys start second half, I'm going to be behind by the time I get the ball back. So he went for it. I still can't get over that. That was so bold.
Gutsy, as gutsy a call as you'll see. But Doug's been doing that a good part of the season. 2nd down and 6. Brady, good protection again, and throws that one out of bounds, intended for Devlin, the fullback, incomplete. 3rd down and 6.
That was nice on the outside there by Malcolm Jenkins. They've been setting that play up with James White flanked out wide. He's going to fake like he's going to go in for the pick. Jenkins did not fall for it. So far, the decision by Jim Schwartz to take Malcolm Jenkins out there on James White has been paying dividends.
They've got Gronkowski split wide to the left on 3rd and 6. Brady firing in that direction, hits him, and Gronk gets it inside the 10, takes Graham with him, sets up a 1st down and goal.
Yeah, and Brady saw the pressure that time and knew he was going to get the one-on-one coverage on the outside and took advantage. That was one of the few pressures we've seen so far out of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Opening drive of the second half. This is the 7th play. Breaking the tackle, taking it down to the 5-yard line goes James White to make it 2nd down and goal.
You know, if you're wondering about the strategy, think back to what happened to the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl last season. Of course, they wore down late and in overtime looked exhausted. But this Philadelphia defense can go about 7 or 8 deep along that defensive line. Shouldn't happen to this bunch.
Four-man rush, and then it's caught. Gronkowski for the touchdown. So he goes from a silent night to a big drive here and gets in for the score.
Now they're starting to get the combination going. He's going to fake outside, come back inside. Darby's going to slip just a bit, but now the combination. You go back to that game against the Pittsburgh Steelers when everything was on the line, and what did Tom Brady do? He just went after Gronkowski almost every single throw.
Gostkowski for the extra point. So Gronkowski catches 4 passes on that drive. They quickly go 75 and turn it into a 3-point game in Minneapolis.
Vibranium secured.
Well done, my king.
Is my ride ready?
Of course, big brother. But you have to hurry. Show off.
Experience luxury performance that takes the crown. Presenting the all-new Lexus LS 500. Long live the king.
Beautiful. Like a tie-dye.
Sarah? Sarah?
It's a tie-dye.
I'll be right there.
Now, the storm is affecting thousands of families, people still in desperate need of aid.
When the night has come.
Everett, where we at?
We got cans ordered.
And the land is dark. And the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me.
It's pretty simple. TurboTax and QuickBooks help save you time. So we thought an ad from Intuit, the makers of TurboTax and QuickBooks, should do the same. Because time is money. Enjoy the game.
Super Bowl 52 on NBC is brought to you by Budweiser. Join the team that enjoys responsibly and drink wiser. By the Kia Stinger, fueled by youth. By T-Mobile, the Un-carrier, changing wireless for good. And by Tide. And Tide, and Tide, and Tide.
Most championships by a player. Herb Adderley, 6 with the Packers and Cowboys. Fuzzy Thurston won 6 with the Colts and the Packers. Most Super Bowls won by a player. Brady with his 5. And then Haley with the 49ers and the Cowboys won 5. Tom trying to break that tie tonight. Took New England 2 minutes and 45 seconds to turn it into a 3-point game. This is Barner. Kenyon Barner with a flag thrown. Barner, a guy whose cousin is the mayor of St. Paul. James Steratore. Only 1 penalty against New England tonight, 4 against Philadelphia.
On the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 54. 10-yard penalty. First down, Philadelphia.
So far, the difference in this game has been the trick plays going to the quarterbacks. First of all, Tom Brady, a little short arm, couldn't quite get there, and then Nick Foles making the biggest play so far of this season. And so far in this game, we have seen more passes to quarterbacks than punts.
We have only 1 punt in the game by Jones of the Eagles. This drive begins now with Blunt forcing his way through the middle for a gain of 3 up to the 18-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, and you really get the feeling that the difference in this game could still be the play of this offensive line. The Philadelphia Eagles had a great first half running the football, and those big guys up front are as good as they can be. I think arguably the best in football.
No sacks in the game. Foles. Eyes downfield, fires, and it's dropped. Nelson Aguilar going into the kicking net. Covered there by Harmon. Incomplete, making it 3rd down and 6.
Boy, that was one of those take your breath away kind of throws right there out of Nick Foles. You think he's confident? Look at this tiny little window. There are people all over this throw. Should have had it.
Third and 6. Clement comes into the backfield. They swing him out. Pass goes up to the 23-yard line. Aguilar breaks away and picks up the first down. And plenty more. Got away from Johnson Batamosi for a gain of 16 yards.
And it did not look like he was going to pick it up. Batamosi right here is in perfect position. If he makes the tackle, they're off the field. He misses the tackle, game on. Big miss. Missing tackles in the open field on 3rd down are absolute killers.
Seen a couple tonight. Aguilar 4 catches, 30 yards. Blunt turns it back upfield. Taken down by Lawrence Guy after a gain of close to 5.
Yeah, you have all kinds of people on the outside. Remember Kyle Valianoy in the beginning of the game? Now they put this extra offensive lineman in there. Let's go get an extra big body on him. You know you're going to have to work the edges of this New England Patriots defense. Now a few extra big guys in there to try to get that done.
Blunt stays in. He and Ajayi have each carried 6 times tonight. Blunt again. Pulls his way through. Breaking tackles again. Takes the ball into Patriot territory to the 48-yard line. Malcolm Brown makes the tackle. First down.
got to be able to handle the nose tackle. Here it is. Jason Kelsey going up against Malcolm Brown, their best along that defensive line. And I've got to think that something is going on with Jay Ajayi. He had the ankle issue this week, missed a bunch, but he is back in there now.
Here he is. 6 carries for 41 yards for him. Lines up deep in the backfield. Fake toss to him. Foles fires low, incomplete. Smith, the intended receiver. Chung covering. 2nd down and 10. Butler still on the bench. One of the stories, and again, it was a coach's decision. Bill Belichick telling Michelle, hey, we put the players in. We think can best win the game for us. Go figure. The big hero 3 years ago with the interception of Russell Wilson. Only playing special teams tonight.
But also remember, he came off the bench to make that play in that game.
Yes, he did. 2nd down and 10 from the 49-yard line. Ajayi swings to the outside, starts to stumble, keeps his balance, takes the ball to the 40-yard line. The former Dolphin setting up a 3rd down and 1 for Philly. And Chung is down. Patrick Chung on his knee. And territory calls for the training staff.
Patrick Chung, one of the toughest guys on this Patriots defense. But let's take a look at Jay Ajayi. He has one of the great jump cuts, and then he just finishes runs. He has just been violent at the end of runs. It has been something to watch this team since he's come over, what he's been able to do. But this is a big, big loss right now for the New England Patriots.
Chung out, got popped. Wisniewski also limped off. Isaac Seumalo goes into play left guard, so you're missing Philadelphia as their starting left guard. Chung is out. Jordan Richards comes in to spell him, 37 for the Patriots, and it's 3rd down and 1. Seumalo's the extra lineman. Chance Warmack now comes in at left guard.
And right now they have Stephon Gilmore, instead of playing his side, is now traveling everywhere with Alshon Jeffrey.
3rd and 1. Fake to Blunt. Foles fires down the sideline, caught, 1st down. Zach Ertz having a nice night, leading receiver on the team this year, gain of 14. He's caught 4 for 47.
Play fake it, hit the swing. Doug Peterson is unbelievable. You know, every once in a while you see somebody for the first time in a big moment and you wonder, okay, he's been bold all year. Is he going to continue to play that way? If anything, Peterson's ramped it up a little bit more.
Matt Patricia with that familiar red pullover. He'll be the coach of the Pistons within 48 hours. Of the Lions, of course.
That would make news.
That would make a lot of news. LeGarrette Blount to the 22-yard line. He'll get season tickets to the Pistons, I'm sure.
Well, he's hoping to solve this thing because young Nick Foles, the story all week and the story since the injury to Carson Wentz is, could he hold up? Emotionally, could he play against Tom Brady? This has been some showing by him so far in this one.
So Wentz on the sideline. He hopes to be back for the start of training camp after the knee injury. 2nd down and 6. Trips to the right. Foles dancing around and throws that one out of bounds. Trey Burton the nearest to it. 3rd and 6. Remember how morose the entire city of Philadelphia was. They won a huge game against the Rams, but they lose the guy who might have been the MVP. Nobody really knows what Foles can do. Played well the next week against the Giants. Not so well the next 2 games, but very well against Atlanta and terrific against Minnesota.
He's played in 3 playoff games, this being his 4th, and he has been tremendous in all of them. Doesn't turn the ball over. Put the kiss of death on him. I think I'll shut up now.
3rd down and 6. That line does a good job The pass into the end zone, and it is Corey Clement. Yes, touchdown. Two officials check with each other, back of the end zone, 22 yards on what was a 3rd down and 6.
Straight down the field. That's Marquise Flowers, a 4-5 sprinter out there on him. And how many times, Al, do we come into the Super Bowl and we say, who is it? Who's the unknown?
Take a look here. Starts to lose control. And then that left foot is clearly out of bounds. But did he get the left foot down first with control? Takes it through the ground. Ball begins to wobble a bit.
The previous play will be reviewed.
Can you say definitively this last step? That's out.
It's out, definitely. Under review. Back after this.
Wow.
Come on. We got to get out of here. Must go faster. How do you like it now, my friend?
Would you like to take it for a test drive?
I just did.
Look at this world. This beautiful world. A world where you can be free. But this world is a lie. Your lie. We will burn it to the ground and build a new world. Our world.
Sometimes we imagine things far worse than they truly are.
But we take a deep breath and we do our taxes with TurboTax. Now a CPA can review your return with you. Am I getting a maximum refund?
I checked it, ma'am. You're good to go.
See, nothing to be afraid of at all.
Hello?
Intuit TurboTax.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
I'm stunned.
Yeah, we looked at that. It looks like it can go either way. He begins to lose control, but he's got to get that left foot down there. They contend that he has control here, pins it with his arm, starts to come out. Clearly the left foot, the second time it came down, was out of bounds.
I give up.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I give up. If that ball's not loose in his arms when that last foot came down, I give up. I don't know the rules.
Elliott for the extra point. So it stands on a 3rd and 6 play. 7:18 left in the third. 29-19 Eagles.
Could ladle soup. Could play board games by myself or with other friends. I need like the big finale though.
Where will you be when the whole world comes together? The opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics. Friday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on NBC.
And tonight's aerial coverage is being brought to you by Bud Light. Super Bowl 52, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Temperature outside hovering around 0 all day long. Nice and comfy in U.S. Bank Stadium in its second year of existence. Home of the Minnesota Vikings.
Take what you get against the Patriots, I guess.
You bet. Kickoff is going to be brought back. Dion Lewis brings it back out to the 25-yard line. Back we go to the catch once more, Chris.
To me, here's the question. When does he gain control of the football? When does this start? Does he have control there? I would argue no. That foot steps out of bounds. Obviously, close call, tough decision, made in New York. Actually made here in the stadium tonight.
But River on.
I would have called that incomplete.
We've seen that called incomplete, I would say, the majority of time. From the 25-yard line. Gain of 1 here for Dion Lewis. Taken down by Mills. It'll be 2nd down and 9. When Matt Patricia watching his defense, pretty much getting shredded. It's 408 yards tonight in 2.5 quarters. Gisele Bundchen, Mrs. Tom Brady, looking on, wondering if her man has another big comeback in him. Of course, that would not be man bites dog news.
No.
Brady throws, and it's incomplete. Having to adjust on it was Hogan. Covered there by Corey Graham. He got a flag down. And a little conference here with Gene Steratore. Got a hold. It appears against the defense.
The pass. Holding. Defense. Number 95. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Michael Kendricks.
Michael Kendricks right here. Watch the grab on the top end right there, and nobody can sell it like Gronk. I mean, you see him, and, you know, he's a big, strong guy. I do think he was definitely held there. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying Gronk is the best in the NFL at selling those holds.
He'll be done an Oscar, but probably a Golden Globe. Dion Lewis through the middle.
I tell you, it's amazing to watch how fast that defense closes. And Bill Belichick says, I need my guys to do this. Watch how this looks like this is going to be one of those jump cuts to the outside, a little gap in there, and things just close so fast. Vinnie Curry that time coming ripping off the edge. This Eagles defense now, they're not wearing down. It's not happening the way it did with the Atlanta Falcons. They're still on their toes and fresh.
Able to rotate 7 guys in and out. 2nd down and 9. Brady fires over the middle, and that is caught near midfield, taken in by Hogan. Ronald Darby makes the tackle, and that moves the chains.
Look what happens for Tom Brady when he goes to that play action. There is just nobody underneath, and he is so quick getting that football out. It's buying him that extra 1/10 of a second. And every Super Bowl, it seems like somebody becomes the favorite, right? And now it's beginning to look like Chris Hogan is making some plays for him.
Over 850 total yards in the game, and getting bounced down there by Malcolm Jenkins after a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6.
Watch Malcolm Jenkins. You want to know why he's the leader of this football team? Watch this play. You're talking about one of the toughest players in the open field to tackle in Dion Lewis, and Malcolm Jenkins has been making plays like that all season. He's been covering James White on passes, just made a big play on a run stop.
Won the Super Bowl as a rookie with the Saints. 2nd down and 7. Through the middle. Nice little hole there, and then stopping him shy of the first down was Mills setting up a 3rd and 2. Lewis to the 44.
Patriots, one of those teams that maybe don't audible so much, but they call 2 plays in the huddle some. And when you see Tom Brady kind of give it the old, I used to say, think about it look, but that means we want play number 2 now.
3rd down and 1 from the 45-yard line.
Sees that motion back in, knows he has man coverage.
Great protection again, down the middle, open inside the 30-yard line. Danny Amendola for a 1st down as the clock ticks down under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Soon as he knew it was man coverage, goes right to Amendola. But this motion, James White comes back inside, and Malcolm Jenkins, who's played him in man coverage all day, goes with him. So Brady knows at that point he's going to his best man coverage option, and there it was, Danny Amendola.
377 passing yards for the 40-year-old wonder. Play fake on 1st down. To the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Hogan. Chris Hogan from 26 gets position on McLeod to turn it back into a 1-possession game.
This is just unbelievable offensive football. You're going to see Hogan is going to work to the outside and then back in. What a patient route this is. This is a veteran player understanding he has time. He understands that Tom Brady is going to sit there, look off the free safety, get him back in the middle of the field. And this is turning into fast break basketball out here.
Gostkowski for the extra point. 3.5 to go in the 3rd, and Tom Brady has already thrown for 403 yards. 29-26 Eagles.
So this is it. It's all been leading to this. Ready? Let's go.
Welcome to the world, little ones. Yeah, it's a lot to take in. But you come with open minds and the instinct that we are equal. Some people may see your differences and be threatened by them. But you are unstoppable. You'll love who you want. You'll demand fair and equal pay. Do not allow where you come from to dictate where you're going. You will be heard, not dismissed. You will be connected, not alone. Change starts now.
It's the Super Bowl, so of course you've got Gwen Stefani, Blake Shelton here tonight. A left and a right and a left and a right. Floyd Mayweather, Jimmy Fallon, Bradley Cooper, longtime Eagle fan, guest of Jeff Lurie. What a game we are seeing. 29-26 Philadelphia. And Gostkowski to kick it away. Yard deep down in the end zone for a touchback. 3:23 left in the 3rd in a 3-point game in Super Bowl 52.
Today is the day to take that step. There's something impossible out there waiting for you. So, we have a vision to make movement better for everyone. Because when we're free to move, anything is possible.
With Wix, you can create really amazing websites for anything you want. All these templates, there are hundreds of them. I like this one.
Okay, now let's change the text. Also, let's give the font a little twist.
Okay, I'm gonna drop in a photo here and make it just right. There's a video gallery.
Wait, don't forget to add our Instagram feed. There, done.
Well, that's it. That's the coolest thing we've collaborated on in months. Go to Wix.com.
Create your stunning website today.
Tonight, thanks to all the photos and videos you shared, you showed us thousands of ways to family. There's this way, those ways, even that way. And you know what? We think every single one of them is a great way, because there is no one right way to family. So do what you do. Family how you family. We'll be there for you tonight and every night that follows.
When you wake up, it's where you turn
Welcome to today. It's the start of a big and busy day.
to find understanding, hope, a smile. Welcome to all the possibilities the morning can bring. Welcome to today.
And they're going to snap it, and it's Trey Burton who throws caught. Foles, touchdown.
Wow.
How do you figure?
This play call has a chance to be remembered as one of the all-time greats.
They win the game, and it will be 55 total points. Still have 18 minutes of regulation to play. Over 900 yards of total offense in the game. Chung and Wisniewski, both injured on the last series, are both back in the game. Jay Ajayi starts as the running back. Foles puts it in his stomach, then throws to the sideline. Hauled in along the sideline by Aguilar. Perfect throw. Nice catch. First down. Gain of 24.
This is another great adjustment here by Peterson, because you end up with everybody thinks that RPO, those run pass options, that you're going to throw slants. So what have we seen tonight? Just the opposite. The Patriots line up a bit inside to take away those slants, and then Nick Foles goes to the other option, that fade from the inside position.
Peterson and Reich have really come up with a great plan tonight.
I'll tell you what, though, we have not heard much from Alshon Jeffrey since they made the move and put Stephon Gilmore on him.
He caught 3 early on. Foles fires, caught over the middle. Torrey Smith gets free down the seam and takes the ball to the 33-yard line. Tackled there by Devin McCourty. First down.
One more time, just that RPO action, and you can see that Nick Foles, since he started running this play about 2 games ago as the playoffs started, his comfort level and his confidence has just shot through the roof. I don't think I'll ever get over what he did against the #1 Minnesota Vikings defense 2 weeks ago, and now he's doing it to the Patriots.
Shredded them. 2 minutes to the end of the period. One to the outside. He'll get taken down there by big Malcolm Brown. Number 98 for a gain of 2. It'll be second down and 8.
Boy, Malcolm Brown is so good. What a great battle that is with he and Jason Kelsey going at it inside in the middle. But Malcolm Brown has long been the centerpiece to me of this defensive line. He has the quickness. Kelsey is quick, but he just fought through the inside gap there and made the play. And Wisniewski back in the game as well.
At the 32, second down and 8. Running back is Clement. End around. Aguilar tries to get the first down. Is very close. They'll give it to him at the 23-yard line. He's tackled there by Eric Rowe.
Yeah, we had not seen much of Nelson Aguilar on these reverse plays during the course of the regular season. But since the last game of the regular season and into the playoffs, he has 3, 4, 5 of those plays now, and they have been picking up some big first downs.
Most total yards in Super Bowl history already. with over 15 minutes to play. 955 total yards. Foles goes to the end zone and incomplete. Had a couple of receivers down there. He had Burton and Ertz, both tight ends. 34 seconds now, and it's second down and 10.
Tell you who continues to impress me in this game, and that's Patrick Chung. I really felt like the two tight ends would be such a factor in this ball game, and one of the unknowns was Trey Burton, who really is an excellent route runner. We know what Zach Ertz can do, but for the most part, Patrick Chung has had a good feel for both those guys.
Yeah, we thought Burton would play a bigger role in the game, but he has thrown a touchdown pass.
Yeah, other than that,
in case you forgot.
Other than the biggest play of the game.
Right.
Thank you.
Second and 10. To Smith on the outside. A little stiff arm there. Gets taken down by McCourty. Third down. Back to the trick play now.
Yeah, you know what made this so interesting was when they went to the direct snap on 4th and 1. I thought Clement was going to just run power off tackle or something, and then it was a circus after that. What a well-orchestrated play that Doug Peterson has so much guts to try that in that situation.
That's right off the street. Waning seconds of the quarter. Third down and 3. And they're going to run it out. That's the end of the quarter. So we played 3 exciting quarters. Philadelphia 29, New England 26. Super Bowl 52 resumed after these messages from your local station.
Go work on that thing? Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it.
Now I had the time of my life. And I seem to understand.
Just let him dance.
Live shots, 2 of the great sports cities in the country, Philadelphia and Boston. Al Michaels with Chris Collinsworth and Michelle Tafoya. Start the 4th quarter. Philadelphia Phil Basser, 99 years old. Eagle fan since they first started play in 1933.
He said, I thought if I ever lived to 100, I would see this kind of up and down the field.
So here we go. 15 minutes of regulation left. It's third down and 3. And Foles was swinging out and getting blasted right now. Marquise Flowers hits Nelson Aguilar to make it 4th down.
It's really a great job by Flowers because it looked like one of those motions, but he's going to stop and go back out, and then Flowers is going to come up and recognize what was going on. So let's just give him credit. His speed, able to get out and make that play.
That's a loss of 8. Turns it into a 43, make it a 42-yard field goal attempt now. Jake Elliott, longest field goal made by a rookie. In the Super Bowl, he would break that here, and he does. Inside the right upright. So just a few seconds into the 4th with a flag now down. There's a flag down. That was a 4th down and 11.
Yeah, it looks like it's against the Patriots.
Offside. Defense number 94. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, successful field goal. Timeout.
Don't take those points off the board. Would have made it a 4th and 6. 6-point game.
Lately I've been feeling hopeless, but I'll wait for ya.
I've been looking for a savior. I've been looking for a savior. Been looking for a
been around the world now, yeah.
I've been looking for a savior.
You ain't seen nothing yet, kid. We're just getting started.
Come on, my jolly good fellows. It tastes mighty fine. Yes, we like it.
When you use Groupon in your neighborhood, you're not only saving money, you're also supporting local business. I mean, what kind of person wouldn't want to support local business?
I hate local business. Family owned, even better. Shut it down.
When you save in your neighborhood, it feels so good. It didn't feel good for him, though. Download the app and save. Groupon.
Super Bowl 52 on NBC is brought to you by Verizon. Help us thank first responders at allourthanks.com. By Bud Light, reminding you to not drink and ride your horse. By Amazon Echo. And by Jeep, the spirit of adventure, the promise of freedom.
Some team will win some nice jewelry tonight as we take a look at most Super Bowl wins. The Steelers have won 6. Did that in a 34-year period. And the 49ers won 5 along with the Dallas Cowboys. And the Patriots also with 5, trying to make it 6 in 17 years. The Steelers won their 6 in twice as many years, 34. Touchback here, and New England will begin its next drive from the 25-yard line. Last 2 Super Bowls against Seattle, and last year, of course, in overtime. 370 yards, 127 rating. You know, we've said it before. Father Time has no idea where Tom Brady lives. None.
None. And the other part of it is no sacks in this game at all. Now, we've seen the Philadelphia Eagles. They got some pressure in the first half on a pretty consistent basis, but they didn't finish him off. You have to finish off Tom Brady.
Brady now starts this drive, handing it off to Burkhead, the former Cincinnati Bengal. Picked him up in the offseason, picks up 6 here. Make it second down. Let's call it 2nd and 5, gain of 5.
And the other thing that Tom Brady has done so effectively here in this ball game so far is take advantage of those aggressive linebackers. 43% of these passes now in the first 3 quarters off play action.
Burkhead again up to the 40-yard line. They mix and match. I mean, they have so many guys who can do so many things. Got a whole bunch of Swiss Army knives, running backs, guys on defense, multiple roles.
Nice double team on the outside right out here. Watch as Nate Solder gets the double team, then gets up to the next level and takes care of Nigel Bradham.
Brady from the 39. Burkhead again swings to the outside, his 3rd run in a row.
He has not blitzed very much at all, and when he did, he got burned. I don't expect it here.
3 receivers set to the left. White is in the backfield. That's Amendola. Moving. And Amendola backhands it for a first down. Run out by Jalen Mills, converting on a 3rd down. Nobody
does this better right here. When they put Amendola in motion and you see Jalen Mills go across with him right now, Tom Brady knows exactly where he's going to throw the ball. His best receiver in the clutch, in the big moments, in the 4th.
Giants won those 2 Super Bowls because of all of the pressure they were able to put on Brady. So everybody's talking about, well, Philadelphia can do that with their 4 guys, but they haven't tonight.
They haven't, and they haven't at least in part because of the pace. The pace just wears defenses out. It doesn't give you a chance to get set. It doesn't give you a chance to run exotic looks. And Brady has seen everything. Whatever you show him, he takes it and extrapolates it out and makes it into a big play.
No sacks for either team in the game. 2nd down and 1. Picking up the first down, taking it to the 3 goes James White. Down to 10 minutes in the 4th quarter.
We saw it in the Super Bowl last year, but when Tom Brady can get a game into the 4th quarter, all those sacks, all those pressures, all those hits start to go away because the defense wears down a bit, and I think it's even happening to Philadelphia. I didn't think it would, but the interior pressure of these tremendous football players, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Tim Jernigan, all those guys in there, they've been non-factors against Brady.
9th play of the drive. And Brady will throw, and it's a low throw, and it is incomplete. Headed there for James White.
You say, boy, that was a low throw, but in reality, it was exactly what Tom wanted to do. Only his guy has a chance at this ball. Just one hopped in there, but there's no way he was going to give those 2 defenders a chance for it. You miss it low, no big deal. Come back here on 2nd down.
2nd and goal, over 1,000 yards in total offense tonight. 567 for the Patriots. And Brady lost one for Gronkowski, reaching for it, touchdown. They look unstoppable right now. And New England has its first lead of the game. Gronkowski beats Darby for the touchdown.
One more time, Al. Amendola goes across the formation. And what does that do? That signals man coverage. And you know you have Gronkowski with a tight split, being able to go to the fade route in the corner of the end zone against a much smaller cornerback and Ronald Darby. It's a chess game.
And they will have their first lead of the game if they make the extra point. But tonight, you don't know.
Yeah, and we've
Plenty of drama.
These kickers look a little unsteady on both of these logos in the middle of the field. Apparently, there were some issues for these kickers, and there were a lot of people out inspecting that area before the game, so we'll see.
Yeah, there it is. The 52 logo. Boy, that can get into your head. So the extra point to give New England its first lead of the game. Allen puts it down. And the Patriots are on top. 33-32. Mrs. Brady happy. Gronk with a spike. New England by 1.
In Austin, it's 60 degrees with a... Alexa?
Amazon's Alexa lost her voice this morning, causing a
Alexa lost her voice? How is that even possible?
We have the replacements ready. Just say the word.
And you're sure this is going to work?
Yeah.
Alexa, show me a recipe for a grilled cheese sandwich.
Pathetic. You're 32 years of age, and you don't know how to make a grilled cheese sandwich. Its name is the recipe, you...
Alexa, how far is Mars?
Oh, how far is Mars? Well, how am I supposed to know? I've never been there. This guy want to go to Mars. For what? There's not even oxygen there.
Alexa, set the mood.
Now setting the mood. You're in the bush, and you're just so dirty, and you're so sweaty, because it's hot in that bush.
Alexa, reboot.
Alexa, play some country music.
Oh, I don't dance now. I make money moves.
No, Alexa, country music.
I be in and out them banks so much I know they tired of me.
Alexa, call Brandon.
I'm afraid Brandon is a little tied up. But do let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Jessica? Good boy.
Thanks, guys, but I'll take it from here.
Well, the most valuable player voting is now open. Go to NFL.com/MVP or the NFL app on your mobile device, and you can vote for the Super Bowl 52 MVP. Have an idea who might be in front at the moment.
Win or lose?
Well, just at the moment.
At the moment.
33-32. It normally goes to somebody on the winning side. A lot of football to be played. 9:22 left in regulation. That's the mantra. Do your job.
Somewhere over there, somebody has to make a play. One turnover, one sack, one something. They have to make a play.
Won't be here because the touchback will take it out to the 25-yard line. Dante Scarnecchia is going to turn 70. He had retired. They bring him back to run the offensive line. One of the great assistant coaches in recent NFL history.
There's a lot of greatness associated with the Patriots. I'm not sure that guy's name is quite as well known as everybody else's, but when he left, the Patriots were a different team. When he came back, the Patriots were what we're seeing tonight.
Trying to win back-to-back Super Bowls, trying to win 3 out of the last 4. Jay Ajayi is the running back. Philadelphia begins this drive from the 25-yard line. Play clock at 1. Ajayi bangs his way up to the 29-yard line. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. McCourty in on the tackle.
Yeah, anytime you watch Doug Peterson's play calls, he takes advantage of 2 great athletes on this offensive line. Jason Kelce at center, Lane Johnson. You'll see those 2 guys pulling, misdirecting, leading the way on so many of these run plays. Tremendous athletes playing up front.
Ajayi stays in, 2nd down and 6. Foles buying time. Deep downfield, one-on-one, adjusting but incomplete. Torrey Smith and Eric Rowe, one-on-one downfield. That's going to make it 3rd down and 6 with 8.5 to go.
Well, James Harrison's a guy they're going to get the education from, but I have to say, Halapoulivaati Vaitai on the outside for the Philadelphia Eagles has grown as much in the last month as any player I have seen in a long, long time. Yes, Harrison got him a little bit there, but that young man right there has turned his game around.
And he replaced the All-Pro Jason Peters when he went down with an injury at the midpoint of the season. 3rd and 6. And whistle before the snap.
First charge timeout, New England. A 30-second
So
timeout.
New England takes a timeout. Timeouts are precious, but whatever it was, they wanted to get the right personnel, the right scheme in there. Take it now, 3rd down and 6 upcoming.
Yeah, that's one that, whatever reason, they probably got stuck in man coverage and didn't like what they were looking at and didn't want to give this one up. They get off the field here the way that Tom Brady and this offense is going. You have to think the Eagles have problems. We haven't seen them stop them yet.
No. 21 points for New England in the second half.
I'll tell you, Alshon Jeffrey needs a place. Stephon Gilmore has tied him up since he's made the move out there.
They empty the backfield to go 4 by 1. Foles fires over the middle, and that is caught. Big first down. They all become big right now. Zach Ertz makes the catch. First down.
Yeah, they played the lurk coverage. They had a lot of coverage in the middle of the field with the second slant in. Goes out and then back in. They drew that working coverage in the middle of the field away and gave Ertz the chance for the one-on-one.
Foles 315 yards through the air tonight. Blunt back in. Give it to Blunt. Not much. Up to about the 39-yard line. 2nd down and 8.
Boy, you do not see LeGarrette Blunt go backwards like that very often. That was some play coming down the line. Wasn't sure exactly who it was, but for Matt Patricia, that now gives him a chance. Right down the line, and there we go. That's Lawrence Guy. The one guy we haven't heard a whole lot from tonight is Trey Flowers, and I would have said he, along with Malcolm Brown, were their 2 best along that front 7.
Agreed. Talking about a guy with 2.5 sacks against Matt Ryan in last year's Super Bowl. Clement is the running back. Play fake. Foles drops it off underneath to him. And Clement tries to charge his way to a first down. He's going to be stopped a little short. For the moment, Chung able to prevent the first down to make it 3rd down and 1.
One of the really underappreciated parts of the New England Patriots in this secondary is their ability to tackle in the open field. Some teams don't practice that so much. I'm almost always amazed early in the season, you will see these safeties having to make those open field tackles time after time, and they made it in a big moment right there in the Super Bowl.
3rd and 1 with Ajayi in the backfield. Smith in motion. Pass caught on the outside by Smith, but he cannot get to the line to gain. McCourty with the tackle, and it's 4th down.
Big play there by James Harrison. They were in trouble. The veteran saw this thing coming across and got just enough of Torrey Smith here to give his coverage a chance to get across the field, and McCourty able to make the tackle. But that was all James Harrison. What a heads-up play, veteran play right there.
For the moment, they're going to leave the offense on the field. Do you dare?
Have to.
Well, Doug Peterson, you got 5:48 ticking down. The ball is at the 45. It's 4th and 1. The play clock is down to 4. And they go for it. And Foles under pressure throws, caught just enough for the first down. Zach Ertz, forward progress, nets him the first with 5.5 to go.
Nice pick play inside. Those big tight ends working together on that one. 2 tight ends on the left, and Ertz coming around the other way. One of the most dependable pass catchers in the National Football League. Didn't drop a pass all season, and when they needed it most, he hangs on.
6 catches, 56 yards for him.
Well, you have to start paying a little bit of attention to the clock now, too.
Under 5 minutes to play. And a whistle here.
Timeout. Philadelphia.
And a timeout for the Eagles.
There's a Coke for he, and she,
And her.
And me.
And them. There's a different Coke for all of us.
Especially one for him.
no feet have wandered where you've walked. No eyes saw what you've seen.
No one's lived the life you live.
No head has held your dreams.
To act the same would be mundane. What a boring thing to do. That's why there is just one me.
And a billion unique yous.
We all have different looks and loves.
Likes and dislikes too.
But there's a Coke for we.
And us.
And there's a Coke for you.
Fear is never an option.
You know, I really wanted to play Quidditch, but we're kind of a football family.
All hail Megatron!
Didn't you play for Detroit?
Interception!
Cheap shot. I don't deserve that. Let's see your game face.
It's just a swish and a flick. Ugh, you're uncoachable.
Is everyone ready?
Omaha!
The off-season is on, so take your vacation game to the next level. Universal Parks and Resorts.
Might be set up for a fantastic finish. 4:52 remaining in regulation. It's a one-point game. Eagles at their own 47-yard line.
Now, you know what was interesting? By going for it on fourth down there, you're Doug Peterson, you'd almost prefer to have given New England the shorter field. Even if they score a touchdown, it's an 8-point game, right? And you're still going to get it back. You couldn't have them bleed the clock. This is crazy. For the Philadelphia Eagles, obviously, best case scenario now, establish your running game, milk the clock a little bit, but you can't imagine a scenario where Tom Brady's not getting this back.
Peterson knows no fear. We've seen that. Added evidence. Plenty tonight. Blunt is the running back. LeGarrette Blunt into a lot of traffic. End of a yard, maybe two. A little shy of the first down, second and long.
But that really gives you some options now. Matt Patricia, the defensive coordinator, to make that first down run stop. Now you have everything on the table. James Harrison, the old wily veteran out there on the left-hand side. Does he have one trick up his sleeve? We've seen him with some late moment success. Late in games to win them with big sacks.
Second down and 9. Foles flushed out, throws, and that is caught. And staying in bounds is Aguilar. And that will move the chains. Covered by Chung. Good catch.
James Harrison was coming off the edge, and Nick Foles had no choice. He had to escape, get out, but he has made these throws on the run tonight. Harrison now starting to size up Vaitai with this bull rush. Just get ready. He's going to give him a changeup. He's going to grab that outside arm and bend it, and we'll see. I've seen this changeup before.
From the 43. Four-man rush. Foles fires, caught over the middle. To the 22 goes Nelson Aguilar. Another first down.
I just can't tell you how impressed I am with Nick Foles and what he's doing. He stared right down the barrel. There was another tiny little window to get that one in with plenty of coverage all around it. And yet Nick Foles just continues to play like he's been doing this his entire life, battling against the likes of Tom Brady.
Meanwhile, Chung is down on one knee for an injury timeout.
You good? There you go. Just step through for me. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. If you want to grab your belongings, I didn't do anything. I'm just going to need you guys to follow me.
Wait, what are we doing in here?
More security?
My name is Sydney Karan. I was diagnosed with pediatric cancer when I was 14 years old.
Every time you buy a Hyundai, a portion of those proceeds go to childhood cancer research.
You helped save my child's life and the life of so many children.
So I'd like to say thank you, except I would like to say it in person.
Hi, oh my God, can I hug you? Yes. I was not ready for this.
I just want to thank you for owning a Hyundai.
No idea.
Glad to be able to do that.
It feels good.
This is hope.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Tori Foles and little Lily at 7 months old with the headset on, playing with one of the toys there. And there is Dad with 307. What a night he has had. 352 yards, 1,081 yards tonight so far, most in any NFL postseason game ever.
Nick Foles, when asked questions about his wife and child this week, got choked up and couldn't finish the answer. Said, "She is my rock, my wife."
Patrick Chung is out. Johnson Batamosi stays in. Harmon at safety now on first down. Aguilar chased out by Harmon. Chris, you know what's so great about...
I mean, as great as the halftime entertainment was, and it was fantastic, this game has been as good as Justin Timberlake.
Start to finish. Only one punt all night. Very few penalties as well.
That was a big force out of bounds right there, though.
2:37. Ball at the 14-yard line. Through the middle. Ajayi backing up. Gets the ball down to the 12-yard line. And the Patriots are going to take a timeout. So they've now taken two. They have one left plus the 2-minute warning.
Which makes everything on the table here. Let's say that they go down inside and get inside for a first down. Boy, things start to get really interesting from there because of that lost timeout early in the half by the Patriots.
But how much time do you really need for Brady to work his magic again? Anyway, first things first, second down and 7 with the ball now at the 11-yard line.
Depends on when the first down happens.
Yep. Clement in the backfield. Big night for him, 100 receiving yards. Fake it to him, throw to the end zone, and it's incomplete. A little pushing and shoving there with Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. Covered by Gilmore. Conlon's roommate, third down and 7.
This has been the story right there. Gilmore has been fantastic. They did not start the game with Gilmore following Jeffrey. He made a few big plays, made the touchdown. They've switched back, and he is taking over the game on the outside.
Huge play here. Of course, they can take the lead with a field goal. If they get a touchdown, almost certainly go for 2 to try and make it a 7-point game. First things first. 3rd down and 7 from the 12.
Zach Ertz out wide, one-on-one.
Clement flares out to the right, caught over the middle and into the end zone. Zach Ertz for the touchdown. And again, all you can think back to now is the Jesse James play with Pittsburgh. Does he complete the process?
I don't know. That ball comes loose. He does catch it. But at what point is it loose on the ground?
Gets inside McCourty, who stumbles. Ball pops out.
I'm not even taking a guess.
No.
It as he was rolling over, it looked like that's when the ball came out. Does he control it when it gets off the ground? There is. Does the ball actually make contact with the ground?
He has control of it here. Ball pops out. Al Riveron is the head of officiating. You know, I'm sure in Pittsburgh they're going, are you kidding me? If they call Jesse James back, what are they going to do with this one?
I think they have to overturn it. Now, the question was he a runner? Was he going to the ground in the process of the catch? If he were a runner and crosses the line and dives, it would have been a touchdown. But if he's still a receiver going to the ground in the process of the catch, I think this is incomplete.
Yep. If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to get overturned. This drive began with 9:22 on the clock, taking off 7 minutes. Now, if it gets overturned, it's going to make it 4th down. And in all likelihood, the field goal unit comes in.
I cannot wait for them to change this rule.
Hopefully by the end of the game.
Oh my goodness, that is so close. Because he had control on the ground for a second, and then he rolled over, and then it popped up. So was it the ground that popped it up, or did he just lose control of it?
Well, you knew that the catch, no catch thing was going to rear its ugly head before this night was done.
The question in my mind was he going to the ground in the part of the catch?
If they rule him a runner, it stays as a touchdown. The whole thing is do you rule him a runner at this point?
Move,
but they call him a runner. He breaks the plane as a runner. If it stays, that's going to be the reason.
I think he was running and diving for the end zone, but what constitutes going to the ground? It's always close. It's subjective.
But it's always, if you're a runner, it's one thing. If you receive it, it's another thing. If they rule that he was a runner, it's going to stand.
After review, the receiver possesses the football, becomes a runner, breaks the plane of the goal line. The ruling is confirmed. It is a touchdown.
They have to go for 2. Julie Ertz, soccer star, just watched her husband get into the end zone.
Here we go. Well, we know what their first 2-point conversion play was. It was the reverse. They scored the touchdown on the pass to Foles. You know they have at least 3 in their hip pocket. We're going to see number 2 right here.
.221 in a 5-point game right now. That man will be back shortly. Burton comes in motion to the inside. Foles rolling, throwing, and it's incomplete. Intended for Clement. He was covered there by Van Noy, so it remains a 5-point game.
It's a good play here by Van Noy. He's made a few tonight. Forced him up underneath and didn't give a real angle for Foles to make this play here. Foles looked back for his inside receiver, that option not there, and just took a shot. Ooh, a little early contact on that one. Was he a runner? Would he have gone to the ground? I think there was contact on the part of McCourty there. In the process of that play, if McCourty wasn't there, would Ertz have been going to the ground? That's a hard call.
Very. But they ruled him a runner at that point, and the call stands. You knew there would be something crazy at the end. You knew it.
Always. And now guess what? Tom Brady with 2:21.
Might as well have a month. 2:21, the 2-minute warning, and a timeout. He's got all day. 3 possessions for New England in this half. All 3 have resulted in touchdowns.
What a game.
Whew. 11 game-winning drives, fourth quarter or overtime. 5. In other words, all of the games that he has won, the Super Bowl games he has won, he's had a comeback. Does he make it a half dozen?
3 straight 75-yard drives for Tom Brady for touchdowns. Can he do it a 4th?
White in the backfield. Starts with the pass to the outside, Gronkowski, and he will step out of bounds. Bradham stops the clock. Brady and Gronkowski, after Gronk had only 1 catch for 9 yards in the first half. Whole different story here.
Missed the early seam and then just got hot. Really took over. Anytime it was one-on-one, the ball was with him, just as it does in all big situations, and I have no doubt in my mind it'll happen again.
2nd and 2.
Uh-oh.
Brady gets hit. The ball is out, and Philadelphia has it. Derek Barnett comes away with it. Brandon Graham was one of the guys who got in there. And it's New England's only turnover of the game. And it's the first sack of the game.
Just like the New York Giants back in the day, taking an outside pass rusher in Brandon Graham and putting him inside against the guard, Shaq Mason, pays huge dividends with the first sack fumble of the game. No question, that ball is out.
That stands, absolutely no question. The rookie Barnett, their #1 pick out of Tennessee.
Number 73 is reporting as an eligible receiver. 73 is eligible.
So 2:09. New England has a timeout. The clock can stop twice. They can take a timeout. You can also have the 2-minute warning. They can limit Philadelphia to a field goal. It would still be a 1-possession game. It would be 8 points. New England would be out of timeouts. 2:09. Ball at the 31-yard line. Keep it on the ground. Make them take the timeout. LeGarrette Blount to the 28-yard line. 2:03. That took 6 seconds. And there's your final timeout. It will stop once more at the 2-minute warning.
Brandon Graham has been their best all season at getting pressure. Here he goes from the defensive tackle position. Ordinarily, he plays outside. They have been working him more and more on the inside for that very reason. Get your best pass rushers on the field. That allowed Chris Long to get on the field, Barnett on the other side, and it has been so frustrating all night long for this Philadelphia Eagles defense, and yet with everything on the line, they finally get to Brady.
Nick Foles on the sideline. Brady checking the replay.
I've seen this movie too many times to think this game is over.
2nd and 7. Swinging to the outside. And still charging is LeGarrette Blount. So that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It comes with officially 1:56. It'll be 3rd down and 5 on the other side of the break in Super Bowl 52.
such a simple thing. Clean water at the turn of a tap. It's like magic. It takes no time at all. And yet millions of people in the developing world walk up to 6 hours every day for water. This chalice can change that. If just 1% of you watching this buys one, we could give clean water to 1 million people for 5 years. Join Stella Artois and Water.org and help give back their precious time.
How many car ads have you seen with grandiose speeches over the years? Big declarations, making claims to some overarching human truth. Companies call these commercials manifestos. There's your manifesto.
Sometimes the signs are hard to ignore. Whenever you see clothes this clean, that's a Tide ad.
Clean clothes may be an indication of a Tide ad. Tide users experience 10 times more cleaning power. Tide is America's #1 detergent in America.
When I held you for the first time, you were my purpose.
This was my dad's favorite day, so I celebrate him.
You have changed the way I think about love.
All your questions will be answered. This is Us, after the game on NBC.
One Michigan Wolverine on the left, the other on the right. Graham creates the turnover. Brady gives it up. Here it is again.
I'll tell you, Brandon Graham has a reputation of relentless effort. And Jeffrey Lurie said, yeah, we're playing the Patriots. This is not over.
Yeah, he was in the movie business. You're right. He's seen this movie before, too.
Now, do you have the guts to throw it one more time, or are you just taking that clock?
3rd down and 5. See what Peterson calls here. Keep it on the ground, give it to Blunt, and stuff him at the 28-yard line. So that's Butler. Now they can take the clock all the way down to a little over a minute and try to make it an 8-point game with a field goal attempt.
Yeah, with a field goal with a rookie kicker and Jake Elliott, you miss it. You're going to place the ball out around the 35-yard line, something like that, and turn it over to Brady with a chance to win. How much pressure could be on this kick for Jake Elliott?
Well, this rookie kicker in his second game as an Eagle kicked a 61-yarder at the gun to beat the Giants back in week 3. So Peterson says take the clock all the way down and take the timeout right here with 70 seconds.
30-second timeout.
There it is. The Lombardi Trophy. Does it make its way to Broad Street? The main drag in Philadelphia?
They have had some parties for championships there, but I've been around Philadelphia football fans. This might be the biggest one of all. They bring this thing home.
This is the capper. I mean, the Phillies and the Flyers and the 76ers have all had big-time parades. This would be the capper.
You can assume nothing here. The snap, the hold, you know whatever rush the Patriots have, you're going to see it right here.
46-yard attempt. Lovato to snap it. Donnie Jones to hold it. Clutch. It is good. Big time. 65 seconds. So Brady has to get it all the way down the field and then a 2-point conversion.
You just cannot imagine the amount of pressure, and to rotate that ball with the laces straight back. We saw that in a playoff game before and a missed field goal. To calmly spin those laces around and give the young rookie a free swing at it. It's a great job by Jake Elliott, but nice job by Donnie Jones, too.
41-33. Robert Kraft. His team has gone to 9 Super Bowls.
It's the
counting this one.
Same situation, right, as last year. They needed 8.
Yep.
They go down, they score, they get the 2-point conversion, they win it in overtime.
So Elliott to kick off. Dion Lewis, and here he's a guy, we saw him on a Sunday night in Denver. Run one back for a touchdown, and this is returnable from the 6-yard line. And he's going to flip it back to Burkhead, but he's going to get wrapped up and knocked down back at the 7-yard line.
That is a really interesting call. You go for the home run shot, I guess, but that play almost took the ball right out of Tom Brady's hands. Going to come with the reverse, back the other way, short kick, gave him an opportunity. But oh, baby.
Yep. And you took several seconds off the clock as well.
I think that was part of the reason they kicked it short. They wanted that clock running.
So from the 9, he's got to go 91 yards and convert a 2-pointer. And Brady begins by slinging one to an open receiver, and that's Hogan, but he can't make the catch. Got free down the sideline. 2nd down.
Chris Long with a little pressure here on this one, and the significance now of being able to protect the boundaries. We've seen that in the playoffs with Stephon Diggs' play. You need to keep them in bounds now because it's going to be very difficult to get up there and get that next play going.
Chris Long, son of Howie, trying to win back-to-back Super Bowls. Did it with the Patriots last year. 2nd and 10. Brady under pressure, flushed out, slings it across his body and incomplete. Intended there for James White. It'll be 3rd down and 10. It was Derek Barnett putting the pressure on.
I can remember in the Super Bowl, I can't even remember which one it was now, but there was a play at the end of it where Brady was sort of in this situation. I think it was against the Giants. He sort of looked right, pump fake, moved a little bit right, and then threw a go route back across the field to Randy Moss streaking down here, and it was close.
That was the first game against the Giants. Brady now under pressure, almost gets sacked, incomplete. Pocket collapsed. They're down to their last play to try to keep it going. 4th and 10.
Fletcher Cox finally with the pressure that made a difference. So these big guys, it's taken them all game. But back to back, their 2 best pass rushers, their 2 best players on this defense coming up big. Chris Long's been a factor too.
This is it for New England. 4th and 10 from the 9. Brady fires, and that'll keep it going. Amendola up at the 20-yard line, but the clock keeps on ticking.
What a catch.
Yeah, tremendous. Now Brady's got to get up there, clock it here. 26 seconds now, and still 78 yards away.
Well, you desperately need something to at least give you Hail Mary position. And I'm sure that Josh McDaniels has to be thinking, what do we have to do to win this football game? We've been going up and down the field. But here it is. You need something around the 50-yard line to just have a few shots into the end zone.
Brady, short pass. Gronk was just trying to get out of bounds, and he does. Now you got 20 seconds. Ball at the 33, 67 yards away.
Still time to throw something over the middle if you had to. Hustle up, spike it, and still have a shot at the end zone.
And that would go down in history, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Brady. Now he's going to throw short. Gronkowski needs to get out of bounds and does.
There he is.
Boy, oh boy. Almost pulled a little Stephon Diggs routine there.
Wow.
Stayed in bounds. That took 7 seconds off. Now you got 13.
Well, when he dipped inside, took your breath away. But here it is. And you've got one of the great rebounders in football history running down the field. Gronkowski is going to get a shot at the very least with a jump ball, but not before the Eagles talk about it.
30-second timeout.
The Philadelphia Eagles, a guy whose name we need to mention here too is Howie Roseman. the general manager, who did a phenomenal job. Free agents, trades, worked the salary cap. There he is, the guy who was kind of the odd man out when he lost a power struggle with Chip Kelly a couple of years ago. Brought him back in. Phenomenal job building this team.
Absolutely is. I kind of thought that we might end up seeing one of the receivers come in and play DB at the end of this game in case you got the jump ball, but nobody in.
Well, they got 3 DBs back at the 20. Brady fires, and it's almost picked off. That took 4 seconds. That's Darby, intended for Philip Dorsett. And you've got 9 seconds.
I would rather have 2 shots in the end zone here than that 9 yards.
And then you pray for, if not a completion, at least maybe you get a defensive pass interference call.
There is nobody anywhere close to as tall as Rob Gronkowski. I would jam him at the line of scrimmage. I would not let him run freely off this ball.
Brady under pressure, escapes the sack, launching one for the end zone. It's a jump ball, and it's incomplete. And Gronk was there. And time runs out.
This is the end of the game.
And for the Philadelphia Eagles, the long drought is over. Finally. Last championship, 1960, pre-Super Bowl era. And the Philly fans, the dream has finally come true. Lombardi Trophy going to Philadelphia. For Tom Brady, a Super Bowl loss, just a phenomenal game.
There were a lot of unbelievable plays in this game. But for my money, it came back to the call by Doug Peterson on 4th and 1 on the goal line. He was relentless with his play calling. He never gave an inch. But this came very close. They do not jam Gronkowski off the ball, and he is going to get a shot.
This is similar to what happened in the Giants Patriots' second Super Bowl when Gronkowski was in the end zone. The ball is up for grabs.
It was that last bounce of the ball. One of the Eagles deflected it back up into the air, and it looked like the Patriots had a shot, but they just couldn't get anybody to the ball.
Another game, another Super Bowl game that ends on the last play. Go to Michelle.
Well, I'm with Brandon Graham. Brandon, there had been no sacks in this game, but when Tom Brady got the ball back with just under 2.5 minutes, and maybe when it mattered most, you got there. How did you do it?
Just kept going. You know, we said we needed to play. If we got one more opportunity, we was going to give everything we got. And I just so happened to get there. And, you know, I'm just thankful because we got a team that's resilient. You know, we going to stick around for a long time because we world champs, baby. And it feels so good.
I saw the emotions on your face when I walked up. The first Lombardi Trophy for the city of Philadelphia and for the Eagles. Your daughter, Abigail Emerson, turned 2 today.
Yes.
Your wife's birthday is tomorrow. What do you think that reunion with your girls is going to be like?
Hey, I guess that's one gift that I don't have to get because I had to play hard for this one. But, you know, I'm just happy because we are world champs and we worked our butt off. And everybody that doubted us, we world champs, baby. And that's all I got to say.
Congratulations, Brandon.
Thank you.
Al.
All right, Michelle. Man, oh, man. Underdogs in all 3 postseason games. Beat Atlanta. Destroy Minnesota. Rout them. And tonight come away with a 41-33 win. That's Philadelphia on the last play of the game at Xfinity Live. And they will get ready for a parade. For Bill Belichick, A Super Bowl loss. 5 wins, 3 defeats. Nick Foles. Saint Nick is what they were calling him. What a story for Jeff Lurie, who's owned this team since the mid-90s. It finally comes true. And there are the Crafts, Robert and Jonathan, watching the last play of the game. What tension, what emotion, what a game. Presentation of the Lombardi Trophy and the Super Bowl 52 MVP when we come back.
Sean White gets it going.
Oh my goodness. White comes in with heavy contact.
Well, you guys have a nice day. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, slap the like button and please subscribe. I am out. Peace.